Here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Everyone, welcome to episode 122 of Insensitive Culture. You know me.
What's up, what?
You know this guy.
And that fool Blazer, Ramon.
And once again in studio, we are motherfucking
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
And that is why we have no sponsors. Because I can't go 5 minutes without dropping an F-bomb. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
That's right.
We don't want to sponsor you. If you want to,
Who needs that YouTube?
Limit our curse words.
Mr. Rogers ass motherfucking show.
Look at that. This ain't gonna be no motherfucking Mr. Rogers show.
Have we ever had Johnny in the studio 2 weeks in a row?
No,
In-person show. That's wild, right? Like this feels right. It feels good.
It's a whole nother show now.
It
Damn.
is.
We had Danny 2 weeks in a row. We got Johnny 2 weeks in a row. I mean, we should have John because he's his show too.
He's part of
But
the show.
Danny 2 weeks in a row, and then John. That's dope.
In Stoogie.
In Stoogie.
Next thing you know, we're gonna have Rocco 2 times.
Are we? Do we have to?
No, we're not.
Love you, Rocco.
We're not doing that. Why would we do that? To
Obi-Wan's
us and our
done.
fans?
His time has passed until some other Star Wars shit comes out, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he messed up.
Yeah. Why didn't we? We had no Rocco to talk about Obi-Wan? That's weird.
I talked to him the other day, and he mentioned, he was like, "Yeah, man, I really want to come back on the show and do some sort of like breakdown stuff." I was like, you know what?
The time has passed.
I noticed that. I was like, yo, we didn't do any kind of discussion for Obi-Wan. Not necessarily a breakdown.
We talked about how dope it was for like 2 minutes here and there.
Yeah,
but
we never talk about, we never actually break down anything. So it's more of a discussion that we have.
These shows are already 2 hours, 2.5 hours. We can't start breaking down seasons of fucking shows, dude. That'd be insane.
I like when we at least talk about it at the end of the episode, though.
Yeah,
we got to do that for something that's outside of Marvel, outside of the nerd shit.
We need something exciting enough to bring back our like breakdowns that we would do like on Saturday. Like those were dope. Like the WandaVision breakdowns that we would do.
The
Those
live
were
episodes?
Yeah, the lives. Those were really fun.
Those were good. The problem was we had so many people without good quality audio. I didn't have good quality audio.
Logistical
But
issues.
that's fine.
Yeah, I mean that's not what I heard from people who actually listened to it. They're like, "Yo, are you doing this one in the studio?" Because I like those type of episodes.
Who said that? Who said
the
that?
sound quality isn't as good.
Tell me.
It's like,
I'm at the crib. The fuck you want?
get a microphone. Bitch.
Shit. Yeah, no, I should. I mean, if that was something that we were gonna do seriously,
for sure.
I would.
Yeah.
For sure.
I actually do have like an extra mic for myself in the event that this starts happening.
See?
So
See?
I got
Crazy
those little
pandemic or
USB
something.
travel mics.
yeah,
Little
not too bad
Logitech
either.
joint.
they work.
Like Bob Barker, little skinny mic. You know, you guys said that
can.
Bob Barker shit.
Feels like it.
I like that though. I always wanted one of those. When I was younger, I thought that was wild. Like, why is that so skinny? Why doesn't it look like a regular microphone?
And why is he the only motherfucker that uses
Yeah,
that microphone?
Word. Yeah.
Exactly. He holds it so daintily, delicately.
Yeah,
I don't like the new Drew Carey Prices Right because they have like a fake version of that, but it's like wireless.
Oh,
And it's got like this big ass battery on the bottom.
Probably doesn't even work. He's probably just mic'd up on his shit. And he just holds it. Fuck Drew Carey.
Well, for that, you might as well just have a skinny ass piece that looks
For
like
sure.
fucking magic.
yeah.
But no, it's just like this, and it's black. Like the other one was like it was so
yeah,
thin,
I
it was
feel
like gray,
yeah,
right?
You could barely tell
Yeah,
what it was.
it just looks weird. It's off. It's like, Drew, why are you trying to be like Bob, man?
Yeah,
Just
sad.
do Price. And
He even
not
lost
to get on
weight
a
to
Price
look
is
like
Right
him.
tangent, but at the same time, like Price is Right sucks now. Like
I haven't watched it in a
they
decade.
Yeah,
they don't remember that it would be like hefty shit or you fucking brand names that you recognize.
Yeah.
Now it's all like the shit that you get on Amazon. That's that
like
alphabet
that-
soup names like
yeah. Chinese knockoff shit.
Diagu or bullshit. Like who the fuck even makes this shit?
Damn.
Yeah, I don't think I would
Like Maytag.
do well.
You could count on some Maytag
Yeah, it's like
appliances.
just some shit that you
yeah.
knew, and of course
Whirlpool.
your trips and your vacations.
Those Black Friday Walmart TVs.
Right.
You win a 75-inch Hisense. The fuck? I don't want that shit. This shit costs you $175. Fuck out of here.
Word.
It's not even the good shit.
Not even.
Oh, fuck it. All right. So,
Anyways.
but anyway, yeah, we
Tangent.
just came off on. We just came out of 4th of July. How was y'all weekends?
Uneventful.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't really get into a whole lot. Ash has been in California and
That's
been chilling with Cliff.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
Just bacon.
grilling. I've been actually just cleaning and getting shit
Bacon
done
and
around
grilling?
the crib. Yeah. I cleaned my grill.
Oh,
Which was
damn.
yeah, it was
That's how you know you were bored.
dude. I mean, it needed it. It was bad. It was a Weber, dude. Like I spent a lot of money on a Weber, and it was looking rough. And I was like,
yeah.
I gotta get this thing cleaned up and looking nice. And
No, you can't let that go bad.
I went in on it, dude, and it looks fucking good. And then I cooked on it. It was good. That was a good 4th of July.
Okay.
Well, there you
It
go.
was a good time.
That's eventful.
Yeah, I guess it
need a
was.
grill.
Yeah, I take that back. Good call.
I
Good
need
call.
a grill. That's what I realized this past weekend is like.
Don't go for a charboil. Don't do the charboil.
I've been
Just
waiting.
Drop the guap.
I've been waiting, and I've told you that once I buy a house and I get to that point, then I'll drop some money on a grill, smoker, some shit. Because I've been wanting to do that more often. Now I watch like videos on grilling and all this shit.
Yeah.
So it makes me want to do it. And 4th of July came around, same thing, uneventful. I think it was Saturday. We went to my girl's brother's cabin. It was like like an hour drive out.
Damn.
But it was kind of awkward because they had people there that we didn't know. They were kind of separate, kind of did their thing.
Yeah.
And we're just chilling here. We thought it was only going to be her family, but whatever. Like we still had but I just like at one point everyone's swimming. I couldn't find my trunks and I didn't have any extra. So I go and I'm chilling there. I'm just sitting there. Like no one fucking approached me. They're all like in their own thing. And I don't want to be awkward either. Just be like, oh, well, I'm by myself. So then I get up and I go, hey, my name is, and do that whole awkward
Alex.
shit. So I'm just, it was just like one of those things where I was just like this is cool. Like I don't mind it, but also I could have done something else.
Were you drinking at least while you were by yourself?
No. So
So
that's
you're
another.
just sober, just chilling there.
So
by-
that's another question, right? So in those situations, right? Like it's her brother's cabin. Like we're cool, but I don't, like we don't really talk much or anything like that. So it's not like, yo, like I feel comfortable going into his shit. But if you're at a place like that, you don't really know anybody and no one offers you a drink, even though it's like your brother-in-law's place, do you just go in their fridge and grab some shit? Because for me, unless you offer it to me and say, yo, help yourself, and I'm not going into anybody's shit.
It's your girl's brother.
Yeah.
So I'm getting her ass to go into the fridge and grab me something. She's going up into his shit.
No, she went and took my kids swimming.
I'm pulling her back in. I'm like, babe, you got to come back to the house.
I'm talking about it's a lake house. It's not like the lake. It's not like Johnny's where the lake is right there. Like they went out on the boat. Like they were doing stuff.
I'm paging him 911. Come back to the crib. Give me
Yeah, that's
something to
fine.
drink.
I'm just saying in general.
Was everybody
Like-
gone?
like-
Because I mean, if nobody's there, I'm just going into the fridge at that point.
No, there were still a couple people that were like lingering. Her like his
I'm
his
still going
in-laws.
in. I'm going for it.
his
I would have
in-laws.
just whoever
Like, where's
was
the
there.
drinks? Where's the drinks
Yeah,
at?
I'd have been
You
like,
guys don't
whoever
wanna-
has a drink in their hand, and
Where'd you
like,
get that
yo,
from?
where'd you get that?
Yeah.
And they'll point out wherever the cooler or the fridge is or whatnot, and I'll be like, okay, cool, because I know that I'm not expecting full service, so
Right.
nobody's
There's
gonna.
not a bartender
Yeah,
anywhere.
if there's no bartender,
Sure.
no one's ever gonna make me a drink. Someone should say, "Hey, do you want a drink?" But I know I always forget to say that shit all the time.
Yeah.
And
I'm inquiring about a drink.
and so
for sure.
I probably would at some point when I'm sitting there fucking bored as fuck as you are,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
one's talking to me,
Sure.
and the only people you know are gone.
You would have used that as your icebreaker.
that would have been, I guess,
Something.
maybe it could be an
Not a bad
icebreaker.
idea. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, but definitely I would have been like, "Hey, where the drinks at? Where can I get something to drink?" And then they pointed out, and then that could be a way that when I come back, Now I'm just gonna stand next to you and see
Sure.
what the fuck you're talking about,
Listen, chime in,
and maybe
with some
laugh
bullshit.
or just sit there and stare and be like,
Can't be any worse than sitting there sober by yourself, right?
The sober part really
Yeah,
makes
no,
it worse.
I'll get crunk by myself.
Even if it ends up you sitting there for mad long and you're like, all right, yeah, this conversation's boring as fuck. I'm gonna head back over here. Or this conversation's awkward as fuck. I'm gonna just head back over here. At least I got a drink now.
and it
Stare
totally
off at
makes
the
sense.
sunset
And
and watch some YouTube or some shit.
And it only makes sense.
Son,
Like,
tell us what's up.
the events of it, like I don't put any blame on them. They were
Yeah, no.
hosting. Her brother was showing off his new boat. Like, so they were like out. He was like rows of people, different people were going in groups. Like it was a lot going on. But you know, it was just like the people that I didn't know were the only ones there. So then later, like it was a thing where like a family member who's cool, or who's like kind of came off like kind of asshole-ish was just like saying like, well, I'm not drunk yet, you know, and that kind of thing. Like but didn't come with his own drinks or nothing. Just like, yo, where are all the drinks at? And it's like kind of made. So I had to ask the question, like, yo, what's the proper way of doing that? And that makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, that's
because you don't want to be that person either.
You don't want to go that far.
Yeah, you don't want to be.
So y'all don't got no drinks here.
Nobody said be obnoxious about it. Just ask. What's the worst they could say? I don't know. There ain't no drinks.
Right.
Go fuck yourself. Okay, I guess I'll just go over here then. Be by yourself like you were to begin with.
Yeah, I was just chilling. I was just waiting for everybody to come back. Like
making me thirsty. Just thinking about sitting there with no beverage.
Why do you think I'm just drinking straight liquor today?
That's what I'm saying.
This is my catch up.
Making up for it.
Exactly. How about yours?
Weekend.
Yeah.
It was chill.
Been here at the
I was at the lake.
Yeah.
So I've been chilling up at the lake this whole time. Low key, I would say, for a typical 4th of July at the lake. Usually, like we'll have like mad family come over. Often, my brother would drive through Pennsylvania and grab some dope Pennsylvania fireworks.
Go off.
But nah, this was we just had bootleg as New York State fireworks, just firecracker shits with the sparkles.
How's Chica with the fireworks
She's
and
cool
the
with
pop?
it.
She don't give a fuck.
Well, I mean, typically everybody's inside because I have that like sunroom area with the windows and shit. So they'll stay inside and watch out the windows because the right there on the water. Well, the view, yeah, but right on the water, you get mad skeeters and shit, mad bugs at night. So by that point in time, they're like, yeah, fuck all that.
Fuck all that.
I'm gonna go inside and watch through the windows.
Sure.
Facts.
But yeah, I mean, it was definitely a lot of drinking. At some point, I think it was Friday night, either Friday night or Saturday night, I apparently got blackout drunk there's portions of the night that they were telling me shit that I was doing the next day. Nothing wild, just like, you don't remember eating the ribs? Because I was like, yo, can you believe nobody fucking ate the ribs yesterday? And they're like, what are you talking about? You're the one that kicked off the ribs.
You
and I'm
ate
like,
17 ribs.
what are you talking about? No, I didn't. Like, yeah, you definitely started the train and then everyone followed you and started having ribs. I'm like, motherfucker, when the hell did that happen? So there was a couple of moments like that.
Too many ribs because there's a shit ton of ribs in the fridge.
I never forget ribs. That's one thing.
I love ribs.
Yeah, I must have just
I
too.
don't care.
It was because this was like late night, like apparently at 10 or 11. We had already ate mad other food and shit. So
it was time for ribs.
I must have been.
I get it.
I wish I'd remember how they taste. And they were like, they fall off the bone, you said. I'm like, I said those words. I should remember that flavor. But
Oh man.
yeah. But
Another
other than
reason-
that, uneventful.
Another reason to
fall
not
off the bone.
Yeah, to not get blackout drunk.
Yeah, that's no good.
Not to
You
the
wanna
point
remember
where
shit.
especially the food. That's like one of the best part of.
I got to be in a real good mood to
Barbecues.
get that drunk. Like it's got to be a celebration. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of things that have to happen for that to happen.
I told you exactly how I get that drunk, and that's mixing too much shit. When I mix too much shit and like celebratory things like that, especially like
celebrating,
I don't know if y'all did that, but if somebody pops a bottle of champagne or it starts off with mimosas, switches to some beers, then goes into hard liquor, I can see how that eventually.
And that's pretty much what
to blackout ribs. That's what comes at the end of that.
It was for sure a lot of that mixing around, jumping around. But what really, I'm pretty sure, put me over the top was at some point towards the end of the night, somebody showed up or realized that there was a 6-pack of 90-minute IPAs from Dogfish, and those are very,
What's the
9%,
percentage? Yeah.
9% alcohol.
That's high for a beer for sure. Damn.
And when you've been drinking liquor all day
Go off
and
on
then
hard.
switch to a 9% beer,
Yeah.
2 of those they'll put you over if you haven't been eating enough food.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen our page, but I found a fucking 8% seltzer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, those are pretty good.
those are
too.
good.
What was
Oh,
that?
I
Wait,
did
which-
see that.
which
I didn't know which one that was. That the
Super
brand.
hard seltzer. I think it's, but it was called Fruit something.
Yeah,
It was Fruit something.
it was
I don't
fruit
know.
something super hard seltzer.
Yeah, and it has fruit juice.
and
in
I was
it.
like, whoa, how strong is it? And I was like, 8%. Okay, I've had 8%. I think White Claw makes an 8% one.
do they
really?
Yeah, it's a blue label. I've never bought it, but every time my brother-in-law brings it over quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's this shit.
I just thought it was. I like the fact that it had fruit juice in it and it was 8%. I was like,
And it was
okay.
tasty?
Yeah, it's tasty.
Fuck
I mean,
with the
but
seltzies in the summer, man. They're good.
yeah, it's good, but
As
it
tasty
still
as the
tastes.
seltzer
yeah,
can be.
it tastes like a seltzer. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
Yeah.
You could tell it has some fruit juice in it, but seltzers taste like seltzers. And,
Yeah.
even High Noons. I bought High Noons, and I do fuck with High Noons.
Sure.
Those are vodka cocktails, right?
Yeah, but it tastes like a fucking seltzer.
Yeah.
Just tastes like a seltzer.
Probably is.
All right. I mean, it is.
It really is. I can't taste the vodka, and that was my gripe. I think I've said that before.
Sure.
I want to taste the vodka. Like when I make a strong Tito's, I
throw a
taste
little
that
shot in
Tito's
there.
in there. I should. That's
Let's throw a little shot.
what you do.
Next
Smart.
time,
That's
next
smart.
time I want to make Corona sunrises. Like that's what I thought, but I didn't have all the shit, and I was too lazy to do it.
Next week in
Those are
studio.
good. Those are good.
Those
Calm
are.
down.
Yeah. Have you ever had one?
No.
You know what it is.
No. But I'm fucking with it.
So
Those are good.
Before
Those
we
are
get
good.
into questions, so what it is you take a regular Corona bottle,
Okay.
you drink it to the label,
Yeah.
you pour a shot of tequila in that,
Orange juice?
some orange juice, and some grenadine.
I've seen those made on Instagram.
Yep.
I've seen those videos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
I'll fuck with those.
So yeah, I want to fuck with those. Pretty heavy.
Just sounded dope. I was in.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck, but we doing it in studio. Oh man, Henny stories.
What? We're recording pretty early on the weekend.
That's
This
true.
weekend?
that's
so that'd be a
yeah.
good-
Oh, that's
Be
a good morning
breakfast
Yeah.
drink.
Yeah, that's true. That's a ghetto mimosa. Mm-hmm. I'm sure a ghetto mimosa has something to do with Henny though.
That's true.
All right, let's get into these. It's still
I
funny.
love that intro. That's
Every
my
time.
favorite.
Every time.
I love it.
All right. Y'all ready for the first question?
Y'all ready for this?
And this could be a little controversial, I think.
Okay.
What is your stance on washing your hands after taking a piss?
I
What? He's chuckling. What are the
honestly, I always have to wash my hands,
even at home?
even at home.
You're at the crib.
Yeah.
You walk into the bathroom. What are you touching though? Like other
What
than
do you
your
mean
dick?
by washing your hands?
Like full on washing my
Full
hands.
on
However,
pumping.
Yeah.
20 seconds. Happy birthday.
Yep. But and
for a piss at your own
yeah,
crib.
Yeah, I do. It's more out of habit of washing my hands than being like, oh, I can't touch it. You know, like
Yeah.
it's just habit. I've always washed my hands when it comes to both. Even
It's
when
not a
I'm
bad
when
thing.
I'm out, it's not a bad thing. No,
Not
but
at all.
that's literally. However, if the option of like a hand sanitizer is present, I would opt out of the full hand wash and do hand sanitizer and keep it moving.
Now, see, I'll always wash over the sanitize if I have the option, just as I feel like the sanitizer is kind of like the quick, cheap way out.
Sure.
Like, I don't know if it does better or not, but like I'd rather get the lather. When I see the lather, when that soap is really lathery
I
on there,
prefer
you
that.
know that
Yeah.
it feels clean.
I prefer that.
Sure. Okay.
Always. But
like
for
so I
me,
like the foaming soaps more than like just the normal.
But for me, it's like I feel like I have to I have to do something. So if I'm in a rush to do something, like if I'm just taking a piss and I have to just keep moving, I'll opt in for the hand sanitizer. But more often than not, I'm fully washing my hands. And sometimes it gets annoying because I'm doing something else and I'll wash my hands because I'm doing something else. Then I get the sensation of piss because because of the running water. So I'm gonna go, fuck. I dry my hands, I take a piss, and then I wash my hands again. Yo. So yeah, but I'm trying, and I've been trying to teach my son, because he's very much in the hand sanitizer. He's 5.
Yeah.
COVID has been,
that's
now
a good core memory
yeah.
for him is COVID and the pandemic. I mean,
yeah, and he will most definitely, he was actually definitely have more of his life knowing what COVID is than without. Well, yeah. So the hand sanitizer thing for him is just like, oh well, that's good. So I have to tell him, like, yo, wash your hands, especially like when he takes a piss, we go, you can use the hand sanitizer, because he always lies about washing his fucking hands. But when he takes a crap, I'm like, no. Mm-mm. You always wash your hands after taking a shit. You can use sanitizer from taking a piss, but wash your hands when you take a shit. You have to.
That's fair.
Why is that any different though?
Washing your hands when you
over hand sanitizer. Like, aren't they both like killing 99%
like more
of the bacteria?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't have facts or anything. But because washing feels like it's more of a clean, and it feels like a Band-Aid when you use sanitizer. Like, oh, I can't wash my hands, so I'll use the sanitizer because it'll do a good enough job until I can wash my hands at some point, dude. I don't know. It's just me. I feel like it's.
I just feel like
school. I don't know if that's the truth.
So
or
after
not.
Jerking off, full wash hands, 22nd happy birthday too?
Oh, jerking off?
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess. It's like, is there jizz on my hand? Why am I washing my hand?
You've been gripping your dick for the last
what do
5 to 20 minutes.
I'm not going to cook dinner or anything. Like, I'm just chilling.
So what's the difference for fucking when you're taking a piss?
I don't wash my hands when I take a piss.
Okay, there you go.
In public, I do. Like, if I'm in like the mall or a restaurant or something, I'll always wash my hands because I had to touch the door or something.
Yeah.
But if I'm at the crib and I just literally walk into my bathroom, pull my box, just flop your shit out and you piss, dude, you're not touching anything. You're not. There's nothing gross. Like, you just put your dick away.
Just walk out
and then you're
fucking. Grab Ashley's face with your hand.
I go rub Cliff. I'm like, oh, you're a good boy. He's gross.
I mean,
he's not right. Like, come on. I'm not. Are you washing your hands after every
I'm in the same way.
Especially if you're drinking, bro?
I do. I would say 70% of the time I rinse my hands. Maybe 60%.
You might as well wash them at that point. If you're getting them wet,
but
bro,
it's just a fast, and then.
Y'all some nasty motherfuckers, man.
I mean, for what though?
I'm sure
in public, but like Dave said, like I'm home. Like, what am I doing?
I'm sure
I'm not like licking my fingers.
My shit. No.
And even if I was,
wait, hold on. So that means that religiously, before y'all eat anything, you do wash your hands.
Yeah, I mean, I cook, so I'm always washing my hands when I'm cooking. And eating, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, because by your logic, you. Like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
And then, some time passes. You don't think about it. If you're not washing your hands.
I've definitely thought about it as I'm reaching into a bag of chips and I'm like, damn, I did not wash my hands. That's happened occasionally. But you know what? I'm still good.
Still here.
I'm still here. I'm still injury free.
If anything, your body can fight off some good immune.
It's your own body. It's going to be 10 years since I've had the flu.
Better knock on that wood.
I know, right? But I did catch COVID a couple months ago. Yeah. But it took a long time.
I caught COVID once.
Ain't no thing.
I don't know for us.
I don't know. But
I can't say I've always followed that rule growing up, but
I've been
when you're a kid, dude.
As a kid, I never wanted to wash your hands.
You're never washing. Unless you're showering, you're not washing your hands.
Up until like a certain age, maybe like first grade, somewhere around first or second grade, then it became like very religious. Like I had to do it all the time just because that's the method. And then sometime around like, I don't know, high school and you're like, fuck the world, I know more than anyone. Like, why do I gotta wash my hands all the time?
Fuck you.
People don't know what they're talking about. Germs. It's bullshit.
I'm sure. I'm sure there are. Let me see, because sometimes it says it. So yeah. So right on here, because we got this from the Barstool deck of cards. 56% of readers do not wash their hands.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
So
majority of the people that they asked.
Well, I mean,
no.
how often do you fucking go into a public? I mean, airports, travel rest stops. I see it all the time. Motherfuckers just go right into the toilet or into the pisser. Walking. And they just walk the fuck out.
And you just
single, I always make a comment. I always say some shit, but I always say it in Spanish.
What do you say in Spanish?
I say cochino.
Desgraciado.
It just means pig.
Yeah.
And they're like, cochinos.
What if they're Hispanic?
And then they turn around and they're gonna know what the fuck I'm saying.
And then you're about to fight someone.
I ain't gonna fight nobody for no fucking not washing your hands. I'm just pointing out you a fucking cochino, bro.
What if they want to fight? What if they don't like that?
Well,
fuck you, sir.
Something out, because if it was like some big brolic ass dude, he's not gonna say anything.
We good,
bro. It's a prank video. It's a prank. You seen those where the dude's like, nah, they freak out. Did we all answer that? I feel like that was pretty satisfactory.
Y'all don't. I do.
Yeah, dirty. I sit there and fill.
All right, y'all. Would you rather be the most attractive person in the world but blind, the best singer in the world but deaf, or the best chef in the world but have no sense of taste?
I'd rather be the best chef in the world with no sense of taste.
Why?
Because I don't want to be fucking deaf or blind.
I mean, that's fair. Like the word, but like to not be able to taste anything, nothing. Steak, ribs. What's your favorite booze?
Sounds like
just
that.
Have a crispy beer.
You didn't lose your sense of taste when you had COVID?
No.
Nice.
My girl did.
I lost that, or I wish, like, COVID. The COVID experience for me was literally one day I had like a fever and I was super tired. Found out I had COVID and I had a cough for like 2-3 days. Yeah. And then that was it.
Yeah, that's pretty much mine.
But I only had a fever for like a day. But I didn't lose anything and no sense of taste, nothing. But I said, like, it would suck. It would absolutely suck. Yeah. But the amount, from what I told y'all earlier and shit, like it would probably suit me better to not have a sense of taste.
To eat better.
You know what I mean? Yeah, just to eat. And like I said, like if I'm not eating for taste, then I might as well eat for health. And I'm gonna eat all the shit that I go, oh well, I don't really want to eat this because it tastes so blah, blah, whatever.
Yeah, don't matter.
And it's just like that shit don't fucking matter. And now I'm just eating. Full. I'm just eating for sustenance, like because I know that my body needs it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, logical guy over here. None of these are possible except for the be blind and look good. In my mind, like there's no way
because a chef has to taste.
A chef has to taste their food, and a singer can't have audible fucking tones without being able to hear.
See, but you're thinking way too logical.
That's what I said, Mr. Logical over here. I'm being too logical.
But you could have lost, like you said, COVID. You could have lost your sense of taste after you became an amazing chef, and then from there it's just muscle memory.
True. You know
same thing with a singer.
Nah, but even it's still not muscle memory. Every chef is tasting their food as they make it. You have to.
It's number one rule.
Even if because you're not real chefs don't follow recipes. They follow their instructions. But like, I've seen, I don't remember if this was another podcast or if this was on a show that I saw, where the guy was talking about when he was, or actually no, it was a coworker of mine who used to be like a book writer, a cookbook writer, and he would get like calls from magazines all the times for like recipes and shit, and would get paid for, give a good recipe or some shit, and he would make the shit all up, like because they don't actually use the shits,
Yeah.
So they have to be tasting their food throughout. Even I think it would probably still taste good, but they wouldn't believe it if they had lost their sense of taste afterwards. It would. Any one of these would be super depressing, honestly.
Yeah, it would be. It would be.
But I'm gonna have to go with you. I'm gonna have to join you on
the
chef
sense
taste.
of
I would
taste.
never like sight
fine.
and hearing are more important than my sense of taste. It would be very depressing, but yeah, it would. I think it would be much more depressing to never see something or never hear something.
Yeah,
I mean, not that those people
absolutely.
are. Are we? Yeah, I don't know. Are we
What?
saying after or born?
It doesn't
like
matter.
this?
It doesn't matter. Whatever interpretation you
Yeah.
feel like.
I would never want to lose a sense that I've already had.
Right. So
If I wasn't born with it, then it probably wouldn't be as depressing.
Yeah, because if you're attractive and you're blind, how do you know that you're attractive other than what other people tell you?
Other than you fucking everything out there.
Yo, that was literally going to be my answer. Just if I could be super hot and blind, like as long as I'm getting and I can feel like busting and shit, then I don't even care. I'll be blind. Like, just to know that I'm just smashing all the time. And like you said, we were born with it, so I'm not missing any sight. Like I've adapted to a lot of pussy.
I don't know.
That's it.
I've seen someone as big as like Stevie Wonder and like just having to rely on someone else like during his concerts and shit, like it'll just be him sitting there like waiting for someone to come and instruct them off of the. So it's just like awkward things like that, which is
Sure. No, I get it.
it would just be weird. I would hate to have to rely on.
I would rely on someone to line up all the chicks that I'm gonna smash when I'm fucking blind as a motherfucker.
I mean, because that compared to what you look like now, I can see why you feel
In
that way.
fact, I'm gonna go to anything where I
need the
can
upgrade.
actually bang. Yeah.
The one thing that got you like all the pussy in the world, you got rid of.
Now it got me all the
fucking
pussy. Now
stash,
it got me
man.
all the pussy.
Bro, I said it before.
You flip flopped on this mustache
No,
so
I
much. I
told-
can't even. I don't know what the fuck is the truth anymore.
I told you already, man. It was
Let's
I
hear
had
it.
to hate on it because I was envious that I can't pull it off. And you did it at the perfect time. You grew your mustache out, right, for like a month, and then Top Gun dropped.
I could feel the Top Gun stares. Like he's got it
Yeah.
just for a Top Gun. Like I was nah. I couldn't
feel
do
you
it.
on that.
I
I
couldn't
feel you
do
on
it.
that.
They're like he didn't have that before. They assumed it was after, so I
man.
couldn't even cash in. I couldn't even cash in on the Top Gun. Have you guys seen that, by the way?
No.
No.
I
I still got to watch the first one real quick, but if the
Same.
second one dropped like
Same.
on a Plex or something, I would fuck with it.
My girl
Go back,
really wants
like a
to watch
prequel?
it.
Yeah.
My girl really wants to watch it, but we're watching Thor: Love and Thunder, so it might be something. that just
She's
keeps-
going to Thor with you.
Yeah.
It's not just you.
No.
Nice.
On Thursday?
I told you. So today would be the day that I'm watching it. For those of you, once by the time this airs. But I told you I'm buying 2 tickets,
If she wants to,
soon as they
go,
come out,
she can.
and I invite her and I tell her the day. If she can't make it, then whatever. Like last time, she couldn't make it to Doctor Strange. Invited my brother Babel. He enjoyed it. We had a good time. Same thing. You know what I mean? So if she can't make it, she can't make it. If she can make
But
it,
she's about to
awesome.
make it. Did you confirm with her?
Yeah,
Have you-
yeah.
Okay.
Seems so far so good right now.
Nice.
I actually almost booked something for the studio, like some to record someone's podcast. I almost booked that for Thursday night, and I told her, "Hey, Wednesday and Thursday I'll be coming home late." Oh,
What about the movie?
what about the movies on Thursday? I thought we were gonna watch. Thor. I was like, "Oh shit!
Oh, you're
thank
still
you,
doing that?
Thank you. No. Thank you for
Yeah, no,
reminding
he
me.
was stoked.
Because even if you can't make it, I almost fucked my
still
own
got
shit
it.
up.
Oh, that would have fucked you for real.
Yeah, exactly. And I would have canceled that same day. Anyway,
When are you going to see Thor?
Thursday.
Oh,
4
fuck!
o'clock.
Everybody always fucking
bro,
goes
why
Thursday.
are you surprised?
I don't know.
I
don't know
can't
why
do
I'm
it over the
surprised
weekend.
anymore.
I
don't
have
know
people
why I'm
coming
fucking
into
surprised.
town to visit over the weekend, so I'm not gonna peace out on them
Yeah,
while
like,
they're
hey,
visiting.
guys, gotta go
Hey,
see
guys,
Thor.
gotta do this
Take her
movie
easy.
thing for my podcast.
Don't tell them where the drinks are, so they're sitting by themselves.
And Danny is also. I just talked to him earlier. He's also doing Thursday. He's like, yo, I got Thursday
Everybody.
tickets.
It just worked
Thursday.
out. It worked out.
It's not even the release day.
I know, right?
Fuck, dude.
You should know by now.
When are you going? Saturday?
Friday.
Oh,
I'm
at
going
least it's Friday.
But still, it's not Thursday. Sucks, dude.
You should know that by now.
No,
though.
I know.
We all watch it on Thursdays.
I know.
Oh, every time. Every
I
time.
basically
This is
bought
like the
I
boys.
did a very similar thing where I got the tickets, and I knew, I've done both the IMAX and the Dolby for opening day, and I still go back to the Dolby's better for me. It's more intimate. IMAX theaters are so fucking big, and most importantly, the IMAX theater that's near my house, the seats don't recline at all. Like there's no recline.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah, so I
IMAX
need
theater, like
The theater does, but the IMAX specific
right. The IMAX
does not.
Oh, okay, yeah. So and for that reason alone, I have to keep going back to the Dolby one. So anyways, I bought the tickets and it's mad far. It's not terribly far, but it's like a good 35, 40 minutes from my house.
There's a theater like 5 minutes from your crib that you can't go to because you got to go to this other spot. Yeah, no, that's
At least for you, AMC is not too far. Either. You just go down the hill.
there, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
just
there.
go down the hill.
I'm there.
Yep.
I love it.
Awesome.
It's my shit.
Word.
I would love to do AMC, but for me, it's more.
No, that's
I go
too
to
far from
Cinemark.
you. Yeah.
Well, it's too far from me if I go, but the only thing that's close by is Regal.
Right.
I end up at Cinemark because it's a nicer theater.
Yeah.
And my in-laws are like right down the road from there.
that
So
works
if we
too.
have to drop kids off, then we could drop them off,
nice.
make it to the movie real quick. So,
Makes sense.
so yeah. What's the last question?
Last question. Would you rather have the ability to be invisible or have a clone of yourself to go to work when you're hungover?
Those are good. Those are good choices.
Invisible or a clone of yourself to go to work when
'Cause
you're hungover? Because I don't get hungover that much. So it's not a big deal. But knowing that I had someone that could go to work when I got probably just be
Fuck
a
it.
raging alcoholic every night, bro. Just like, I would never go to work. I would make this clone go to work for me every day.
I've had enough days where because once I get the ball rolling with a good, having a good time, I don't want it to end.
That's
so
the same story, baby.
I've had enough days to where I'm coming home 2, 3 in the morning, drunk, and I had to be at work at 7, 8 o'clock. And I have to rough it out the entire fucking day.
Those are rough.
That it makes this question pretty tough. I would still have to go with invisible.
Why? What would you do with your invisibility?
So with invisibility, I'm a piece of shit, and that's fine. I will always remain a piece of shit in this sense, to where with the invisible, with invisibility, I will figure out a way to make that work for me to make shit ton of money, and having a job will probably be non-existent. Or if I have a job just for appearance sakes, it would be something that's part-time and around my lifestyle, but chances are I won't have that type of job. I would have enough money to do whatever the fuck I wanted, and the invisibility would give me that. So I won't even have a fucking job.
You could definitely skew the. I wasn't even thinking that, honestly. I was thinking something pervy. I was like, what does he want to do? What does he want to do with this invincibility? I had no.
No, I'm talking about I'm not saving the world. I'm fucking doing some villain shit.
I totally thought you were doing something pervy.
I'm in all the women's YMCA locker rooms. I'm walking up in that bitch, just looking at the titty. I didn't know where the fuck you were going with that.
No.
I don't think I have any need to be invisible. That's my thing. Maybe if I were in high school and I would want to go into the girls' locker room and
right
be a
into
fucking
bank,
weird,
baby.
walk into a bank, steal them. So you just be a criminal.
That's what I mean. That's why I said I'd be a piece of shit.
Gotcha. Okay.
I would be
That's
100%
lucrative,
a
sure.
criminal.
Yeah.
I'm just lazy though. I don't want to go. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to.
That's what I'm saying. So even with going, if I could be invisible, I would figure out a way to never have to go to work.
So you could still get hungover and not have to even work.
I'd be spending all kind of shit and I'd be getting drunk. I just don't have a job to need someone to go to work for me.
So you'd use the invisibility.
I would use the invisibility.
I mean, that's smart. I think that's my answer too. I would also use the invisibility to
Well, now since you put it that way,
not have to. Yeah, because I mean, you could be. I don't know. I think I might kind of be like a superhero though. I would do dope shit. I don't know what.
After a while.
Unfortunately,
Like I would go to the
being
cops.
a
I'd be like,
superhero does
listen,
not pay.
I can be invisible. Give me $100,000 a year, and I will like sneak in or like chop bad guys in the neck and shit. Like they don't see
Absolutely.
shit coming.
Yeah, sure.
I would
Yeah.
make a decent living, but still be able to get drunk as fuck all the time.
Until you're on the FBI's fucking list for, or not their list, but you're on their dissecting table trying to figure out how the fuck you, of all people,
Yeah.
That's when
Are
I get
invisible.
invisible.
I wouldn't-
and that's
I would
when
never
I take them
confess
down.
to having
I take them
superpower.
down
never
from the
that.
inside.
Never. Especially you're the only person that you know of that has any kind of power
okay,
like
okay,
that.
that's fair. That's fair. I would get a job. I would get a normal job
Absolutely
as like
not.
a detective.
No,
But I
okay,
could be
okay.
invisible, and they'd be like, "Damn, he's such a good fucking detective. How does he do it?" They don't know that I'm
So
invisible.
you would have to be.
You would have
on
to
the
use
good
your
side.
powers for good.
I would try.
But
And
not
that's where-
never bad.
No, for bad sometimes. I mean, I'm human. What do you want from me? I'm not.
I'm probably the
Superman.
same way. I'm probably the same way where I would do certain good things.
I would take
'Cause I'm
advantage of it when it
I'm
suited
not
me.
that much of a piece of shit where I'm like using this to take advantage of people. But would I rob a bank? Absolutely. Would I rob mom and pop stores? Nah.
I mean, I would
like a
figure out a
Wegmans?
way
Nah.
to make money
Yeah, right.
by maybe being in rooms
Mm-hmm.
and hearing conversations and then going and trading on the stock market based on those
There you go.
conversations.
Look at that.
Or something
See?
like that.
Some white collar invisibility
White-collar
crimes.
yeah. Because my question on the clone thing is like, what do you do with the clone when you're not drunk and hungover? Like he doesn't disappear, right? He's not hiding in a clone
I
closet.
make him clean shit.
Like
he's like a butler at that point.
That motherfucker don't want to work for you.
Have you seen
Gotta
Multiplicity?
listen to me. They don't get stupider. He's just as
It's
smart
not even
as
the
me.
stupider thing. Is he the one enjoyed being at work?
Being
He's just
him.
like, yeah, go.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, what are you talking? When he wanted to come back to work, he was just like, what are you talking about? I have everything going.
Yeah.
going good
I'm
here.
doing good here. Yeah.
Yeah, he's his own fucking person.
Good. Let him do his shit. I'll fucking live off the grid somewhere. I don't
Yeah,
give a fuck.
until he says, yo,
Until he takes on your complete identity, and
Till he's
then you
smashing
show up
my
to the
girl and
store.
shit.
yeah, and they're
You
like,
show up to
who
the
are
store,
you?
and they're like, "You're who? No, Dave Andrews doesn't live here. Dave Andrews is up there."
Fuck. Then I gotta fight him. Then it becomes this crazy standoff.
Ah, fuck all that.
That sounds dope.
Yeah, no, fuck
That
all
sounds
that.
dope. Could you fight
Visibility
yourself?
all the way.
Could you beat your own ass?
I don't know
fight
that. I don't know if you
you're
can
standing
because you
face
would
to
know what
face?
you would do.
Everything would be like at the same time. You could
Probably because we'd both suck.
you just stop and get blazed. You'd be like, yeah, we decided not to fight.
Yeah.
The Johnnies.
in that-
We
It-
both realized we were
the
bad at
Johnnies
this.
were like, yeah, we're just cooling out. You're homies now.
In the sense of, again, like Multiplicity, like the one took on a more masculine version of him. Another one
True,
took
yeah.
on a more feminine version. If that's the case, and he was like more of a hard ass than you, then
Then yeah, it'd be a problem. No, we're going.
now you're intimidated by
Clone.
yourself. You're going
That'd
what?
be like a scary version of yourself that would like punk your ass out. You're like, oh shit, I want to talk to this. They'd be scared as fuck.
Oh shit!
Oh man. Oh, other me is such a
Evil
dick.
Walk. Evil Walk is like the evil us's from
Yeah.
Bill Ted's Bogus Journey.
Evil Walk is such a dick.
Evil Walk is scary as a motherfucker. I don't want to fuck with this. Damn.
So we're all going with invisible.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Translucent.
Yeah.
There we go. Didn't work out very
Work.
well for him, but yeah, translucent.
No, it did not.
He didn't last very long.
No, he did not. That's his own fault.
Hey.
Well,
would-
it's
it
more
would
Huey's
suck.
fault.
It would suck though, just for just because you brought up translucent. It's like you have to be butt ass naked every time you're
Yeah.
visible.
That's what
but-
made me think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, but who cares? I mean, who gives a
But-
shit?
You're invisible, so
you're
no one
invisible.
knows you're naked. You just
Yeah, you're invisible from the moment you get out of your
Yeah.
your house.
dicks flopping.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
And then you just stay invisible till you go to a clothing store and walk out with some gear.
It'll work.
Just walk in the back. Gloop, gloop, gloop.
Gloop, gloop.
Yep.
That's what invisible clothes get put on. Sound like gloop, gloop. Gloop, gloop. Gloop.
Gloop, gloop.
Bloop.
They're
That's
just
the
they're
invisible
just, they're
sound.
just
Pop-up
watching.
video.
They're just watching clothes just walk
Walk out the store.
Like, yo, is
or
that Bill
or
Cosby?
You'd be like in the movie Jumper, where he just had jump spots where he would just keep clothes in random places so that he could just go there if it's
Oh yeah.
if you know you're about to rob a bank over here.
Well, that's
at this spot.
That's what Huey was doing. I
Yeah,
noticed
true.
in the last episode.
Yeah.
He
was
probably
just
got
walking
sick of
around
being ass
with
naked
a book
everywhere.
bag of clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, but except he wasn't smart enough to know, like, let me drop that book bag off somewhere
Right, you should-
nearby,
you should have 'em
rather than I
in the
have
same
it
spot.
on me at the
Yeah.
same spot.
Yo, they had Starlight naked, and we didn't see shit.
That
That was-
bothered me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, are we gonna see like just an ass cheek, like just some
Something.
PG shit? Like I don't, you
Far
know,
away body shot. Something.
Yeah.
Nothing.
nothing.
She's so bad.
It was like literally like the chin up on
Yeah.
Starlight when she was the worst. Bro. Anyway, that's the rest of my fucking questions.
He's so angry right now. He's so angry right now about it. But it's understood. I get it.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you.
since we're done with that,
You know what it's time for.
These clips.
with Johnny Quest. I love it. You got to bring that back. You can't let us making fun of you for it stop you from doing it.
I don't even know why it came out the first time.
You had a whole tagline for it.
Some shit. I did. I used to say a whole bunch of shit, and I
shtick.
disliked them every time. Yeah. Let's
right.
talk about what happened since last week.
What do we have? What do we have?
Do we have?
The day after we recorded, I think it was, R. Kelly got sentenced to 30 years.
Yeah. I brought that news up, which good, because that motherfucker did some shit. And yeah, 30 years. Okay, good. Yeah, if he's guilty for all of that shit, fuck him. I brought that shit up to my girl, and she was like, "Wait, like 30 years? Like, what did he do that was it that bad?" Like, I'm like, babe, like, have you not like heard anything that he's like? He had like women sex slaves and like all of the like
Underage.
yeah underage sex. Like you didn't you don't
Nothing.
you don't remember Dave Chappelle making fun of him pissing on a girl?
In like
Right.
2006?
Yeah.
Like that was a long ass time.
That girl
ago.
was supposedly 16 at the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, she's like, and then we were looking through Netflix or whatever, and she was like,
She never seen the R. Kelly thing?
but that's what I was saying. She was looking through Netflix or something, and she was just like, surviving R. Kelly. Huh. I'm gonna have to watch that. I'm like, yes, please do. Yeah, so fuck him, man. He was absolutely taking advantage of women in general, but even worse, fucking underage girls. He was keeping them all as sex slaves in like his studio. Man, yeah, fuck it. 30 years. Fuck him.
Good luck.
Worse than Epstein's girlfriend, though?
Yeah, that was the first thing that I thought. She got 20 and he
She
got
got
30.
20 out of a
How
possible
old is she?
55.
How old
She's
is she?
60.
Yeah, so I think
He's what, 50?
one. Yeah, I think he's
Over
like
50?
But still, by the time she gets out, she's gonna be in her 80s, I think, or whatever. But yeah, she should have been. I'm sure in order to get 20 years, she gave up some shit.
So she had that shit cut down.
Yeah, so she had that shit cut down. I'm sure she probably didn't roll over on as many people or give up enough to like completely get it, like do like
So you think
5 years or some shit.
She didn't cut a deal.
They said she didn't cut any deal that
No.
they let the public know.
Well, I mean,
was a
she went to
DL deal.
trial. So she went to
guess.
trial. She's trying to get off.
They're like, nah, 20 years, bitch.
And she got found guilty. And then the
Yeah.
judge delivered sentencing. I don't think they
Wasn't
would
he-
adjust sentencing based on info that was given throughout the course of the trial. I don't know.
Wasn't
Maybe.
R. Kelly going broke though?
I'm sure he was.
He was going broke, and she
Yeah.
comes from money. Like, she was born into money.
Yeah, she's.
So that is also a big.
So you're saying the judge got bought?
Not necessarily that the judge got bought, but
She
better
got better
lawyers.
Yeah.
Better lawyers for sure.
That could be.
I think one of the reasons R. Kelly was going broke was because of the lawyers.
I'm sure.
And you know, R. Kelly's not done either. Like, he's got this. That's just the New York case. He also has another case in Chicago still. With 13 accusers.
Jeez.
She's gonna have more time. They'll just stack it on there, or
Probably.
concurrent sentences, or
no,
what?
it wouldn't be concurrent, right?
It
Probably
could be.
stacked.
Depends on how they.
Okay.
Yeah,
what they
because
decide.
stacked would. That basically doesn't
That's
count.
a wrap. Yeah.
No, stacked is like no. Wait, which one's
Stacked
back
is
to
where
back?
they back to back is stacked. I thought.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And concurrent is at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if he gets another 30 years, it's 60 years in prison.
Right.
You're done.
Yeah,
so
it'll
at
probably
that point.
it'll
You're
probably be stacked.
110.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he would have to have an amazing lawyer to say, "Hey, on these, I want these years to run concurrently with what he's serving now."
Unless they're somehow like charges of the same person or some shit like that. Maybe I don't know. There might be some way around it. But
Right,
either
whereas
way, he's
with
gone.
her-
I don't think we're gonna hear from him.
Either
for a
with
minute.
but that's what I'm saying. But like her, she was born into money, and she's like, her family is wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Like money's
So
not
they
an
got,
option
like,
kind of thing. So
They got people in the courts and shit.
yeah, I'm
That's
sure.
so
I'm sure that too. And not only that, but the information that they don't release, I'm pretty sure would have to do with a lot of the people that are running her case. You know what I mean? Like judges, shit like that have visited that island, and she has books on that she is not sharing with anyone.
Yeah.
But hey, if you don't play with me, guess what? I have
think she's
somebody who
gonna-
does. I mean,
You think either of them will make it through the end of their sentencing?
that's another question. As
R.
far
Kelly
as
been locked up for a minute, and he's made friends, from what we hear. Right?
Yeah,
There's been a
yeah.
couple reports of like
yeah.
cellmates, and well, I don't know how friendly he's been getting. But, like this, I've seen some reports and shit about like cellies who will be like, "Oh yeah, I wasn't locked up with R. Kelly, and he told me that my rapping was good," or some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, just different stories that he was cool or whatever. Nobody really gave him shit for doing.
I
what
believe
he
that
did.
though for being.
There's no
like, R.
underage
Kelly.
girls in prisons, just dudes. He doesn't give a fuck. Just homies.
No, here's the difference though. I think that with R. Kelly, he has to, like you said, pretty much just deal with the elements of the prison itself. He could be switched after his sentencing. He can be switched to a prison, like a maximum security type prison, where
Yeah, I'm
he
not sure
has
where
to.
he was.
Yeah, where he
Could
all
be
of
a
that
whole
shit
different
changes.
situation. Yeah.
All of that shit changes.
Yeah.
Because he's a known sex offender, and
Yeah.
they don't play with that shit. I don't give a fuck who you are. But with her, it's different. The people she's going against are the people running the prisons, are the people running the countries, whatever. If they want her dead, they would be the ones who could. So if she dies, it's sus.
Yeah.
But yeah, he stands more of a chance of dying, because remember that question: what would it take for you to be a prison bitch?
Vividly.
R. Kelly would absolutely.
He's going in.
Yeah, he's going hard.
He's coming out of the
Yeah.
closet.
Yep, he's gonna be like, I just want to live.
Can't fault him.
Let's move on. I don't want to linger on this.
Well, we're gonna stay on the prison topic just a little longer.
Okay.
I just thought this was an interesting story. Check this out. Homie was exonerated, served 33 years in prison, was exonerated because they finally proved that because he had been previously convicted of raping a 4-year-old girl. He made it 33 years in prison for sex crime. They exonerated him. He gets locked up less than a year later for attempted murder.
That he actually did. He did it. He did try to murder somebody.
On camera,
Okay.
gun to the dude's chest.
Fuck him. You're stupid. You're a stupid motherfucker
Yeah.
at that point, bro.
Yeah.
That's on you.
That's wild as fuck.
That is why. That's shitty luck.
In a lot of cases, though, people like him,
That's all they know is prison. Yeah, he wanted
He's
to go back.
institutionalized.
Yeah. Came out.
He needed the structure.
After 33 years, came out. Nobody was fucking with him like that.
Shit
because
was changed. Shit was different. You can imagine.
Even if exonerated for that type of a crime,
you still
people
did the
are
time.
still going to look at you different. That's one thing. That's one thing. There are going to be people that you thought that were cool with you are still no longer going to are going to deal with that shit. And on top of that, you spent the last 30 plus years in prison.
People just
and
think
that
you
is
got
just
out.
what you know.
People just think you got out. They don't even realize you were exonerated.
Correct. They're not looking at any of that.
Oh, you out for that booty hole shit you did.
Right.
Yeah.
And but not only that, but yeah, that's one case. But again, it's the fact that he lived 30 plus years in prison.
Yeah.
That is what he is known
Probably more
for a
of his
majority
life in
of his
prison.
Yeah,
life.
he's 57 years old. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that is what he is known. So when you sometimes in those cases, people get out and they don't thrive. They just they don't like the, you know.
And of course,
the
it's
outside
Florida,
world.
so you know.
Florida man.
Florida
Strikes
man
again.
got to do it again.
Yep. So it could have been all of that stuff, or it could have been that he's just a fucking idiot. Fuck him.
It's a little both.
Yeah, I think it is.
I'll go that route. We've kind of talked about shit like this before, but I, you know, of course, let's see what you would do in this case. Uh-oh. Excuse me. So this was in Chile.
Chile.
Man goes to collect his paycheck, which is typically $550
Okay. $550
in US dollars.
Scooping it.
Goes to collect his paycheck. Paycheck is $180,000,
Whoa.
which is a lot in Chile.
Yeah,
It's
It's a lot
here.
in America,
It's a lot here,
America.
but it's a lot in Chile. 330 times his salary.
Okay.
So he goes into work, right? And he tells HR, he's like, yo, y'all made a mistake. Y'all paid me more. Seems like an honest guy. And they're like, okay, no problem. We'll take care of it. He's like, all right. But then Tuesday comes around and homie is gone. Homie has disappeared.
It's gone.
Hired a lawyer. And the lawyer said, I am no longer associated with your company. And just left. He's disappeared. Nobody could find him. Took the money and ran.
Took the money and ran.
I probably would have done that before going to HR.
I mean, if that was your move, right?
Yeah, that's your move.
That kind of money goes far in Chile, but if you go elsewhere, how long do you really have? I mean, you got a
That
decent
could
amount
go
of time.
far almost anywhere.
If you can make it into something, like you still have to put in some work to keep that going, or else you have a finite amount of time before that runs out and you're on the lam again. I mean, I can't fault him, because if I saw that shit, like I don't necessarily know that I would leave. I would have just started spending it, started using it. I would have went through the motions as if it were my money. I didn't do a thing wrong. You know, if they say, hey, fuck are you doing? Like, we need that back. Like, all right, then we go through the process of like, I'm still gonna use it, but like, I'm not going on the lam, bro. That's a tough life to live.
I mean, but it really, it also comes down
for
to
180K. Well, how much was it again?
180.
It also,
180,000.
so here's another.
Again, remember, your monthly salary is $550.
I'm stashing it. I'm cashing it, and I'm stashing
That's
it around
basically like
around
$1 million
Chile.
for you.
Yeah, but you can't go back to that job.
No, I leave that job, but I stashed the 180 something K in cash around South America, so like they can't take it from me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
and then you're on the lam.
no, and then I go back
You
to it
will
whenever
still
I
get
want. but
arrested, bro.
I'm like, I don't know
You
where
would
it is.
probably be
Where to go?
arrested.
You would still be arrested.
I'll buy them off, bitch. I got money.
in Colombia.
facts.
Yeah, in Chile. Yes.
Yeah.
Chile.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's yeah, I guess if you're in any place
Any place that's like
in
not
South America,
yeah, bro, you're
you'd
buying
probably
your
get
way
away
out of-
for buying
and I
off
would.
judges, lawyers, and cops.
I would. That's what I
That's
would
true.
do. Fuck it.
But that only goes so far until you run out of the 80 grand.
I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean,
My man's like,
it's
I
tough.
think you made a mistake in my paycheck.
No, I wouldn't have
this
talked.
money back.
I wouldn't have told. First of all, if my thought was let me run, I wouldn't have gone to HR saying, "Oh, you made a mistake on my check."
That is weird.
No, it's you before going in and discussing this with anyone. You have made up your mind because you've thought of this. This is already in your account, and you've thought of this. Or was it a check and he just cashed the check?
It was, I
Probably
think
direct
it was
deposit.
I think it was probably a direct deposit because
Even in Chile,
he had
they
said he
use
was going to
direct
go to the
deposit.
bank and get the money out for them,
And see, then that's the thing. It's like
but he ended
I'm
up
not. Yeah, I'm
not doing that.
I'm moving it. What if you moved all that money to an account somewhere where like they couldn't touch, like in the Caymans or something?
In the
where,
U.S.,
like,
you can't. If you lived in Chile, yeah. But in the U.S., I think anything over $10,000 is an immediate flag. Your bank will.
It is, yeah.
Your bank is going to ask
But
questions.
Mr.
Like,
Chile
why are you moving $180,000 to the
sending it
Caymans?
to Switzerland. I don't know what kind of banking laws they have down there, but I'm guessing they're pretty loose. We'll take that chance.
I don't know what'll happen.
I'm gonna
Chile,
make
but
it. I'm gonna make them fight to get that money back. It's not gonna be easy. I'm gonna spend some. Like it's gonna be
All
a
right,
whole
now
thing.
flip it. Now flip it. Then what if?
And now it's my money. I'm the employer.
Yeah.
I'm sending hitmen after this motherfucker. Like, give me my motherfucking money back. I don't play that shit. I don't play that shit.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, come on.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
facts. Facts. Let's say it's us, right? It's the podcast. We the bosses. We got people working for us, right? And they,
Right? Somebody got asylum money somewhere.
They got some. Yeah, they got an extra 50 grand in their asylum check,
Yeah.
and then they just dip on us.
We're all
50
going
grand?
down there. We're flying down there.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that would be a lot. That would be a lot.
Yeah,
It'd be rough. It'd be rough. It'd be rough for us.
allegedly.
But
allegedly.
yeah, but also I think that in the States there would be insurances for things like that, right?
Probably, but that would make your insurance go up.
Oh, for
you
sure.
know.
They'd probably drop you. They'd be like, yo, we can't handle this shit. This is crazy.
Isn't that some shit?
That's true.
They could just drop you like, yo, we
Side
don't
tangent.
like you using our insurance. Get the fuck out of here. The thing that you pay us for, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, isn't that some
That is
fucked
us.
up
That
shit?
is-
They
that
would
is
do
some
that
shit.
in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
Oh,
100%.
you actually cashed in on
You needed to
On
use
the
this
thing you've
service
been
that you
paying
pay
for.
for?
yeah.
Fuck you.
No, hey,
Fuck you.
We're gonna give you that money, but we can no longer.
Can't fuck with you no more. Sorry,
Yeah.
dog. That's like Paulie, the Godfather. He just
But before we give you that
he
money,
gives you the money. He's like, I can't
We're
fuck
gonna
with
make
no
you
more.
go through 6-8 months of investigations just to confirm you really deserve that money,
Yeah, and we're still gonna drop your ass.
and then
you're
we'll
done.
drop your ass.
Yeah.
But no,
Okay.
actually, we'll drop you before the investigation has
Then you're gonna
completed.
fight through the whole shit.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck insurance, man.
All right. Next one. Let's go.
Y'all would y'all take this flight? This Air New Zealand just launched. Now, Air New Zealand is already like a 30-hour flight from the States.
Just to go to New Zealand
Yeah, it's far as fuck from most places.
Sure.
It's far as fuck.
from New York, especially. I could imagine it's literally like we're opposite
I don't even know
corners.
if
I feel like
I don't even know if they
globe.
have a fucking flight that'll go from New York.
I mean, not a
'cause it's so
direct,
deep.
direct
Yeah,
flight.
not a
No,
direct.
definitely not.
But yeah,
we can
I'm
get
talking
there
about
from
30 hours direct.
Okay.
30 hours like in the air from maybe Seattle or some shit to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Or LA. It's a troop. So they just announced starting next year they're gonna have bunk beds in the back of the plane that you can reserve, but you can only use them for 4-hour sessions.
What? 4 hours?
Would you pay extra to sleep in
for 4 hours on
in
a 30-hour
this,
flight?
So this is on, because in first class and business class they usually got more either like long reclining seats or like the straight
like
up
in
lay flat
Inception.
beds and shit.
Inception, I picture those
Yeah.
seats, yeah.
So this is for economy to be able to say, all right, you don't got to sit 30 hours in a regular economy seat.
Mm-hmm.
You could spend 4 of those hours sleeping in a little bed. Would you fuck with that?
How much more is it?
I don't know that they've announced prices.
Because I mean, if it's a reasonable amount more for a 30-hour flight to just be able to go stretch out.
Oh, by the way, 30
down.
hours, I'm way over exaggerating. 17 hours. 17 hours.
Okay, that's a bit different.
I don't know
That's
where I
about
got 30
half
from.
of almost. Still, I would say so. I mean, that's almost like a quarter of your time that you'd be able to just sleep.
Yeah.
So you sleep, you get some rest, eat some edibles, you watch some movies. If it's not too much more money, sure. Why
In the
not?
same spot somebody else was just sleeping.
Nobody like spritzes it down with any like.
I don't know. It's economy.
Nothing there.
You never know.
Yeah, I know. If I'm the first person to sleep there, I guess it's okay. But yeah, I don't. Because people be drooling on the pillow and shit. You drool when you sleep.
Look how that looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm real close to some.
You're
So
mad close to this person
If they're
across.
smelly, bro, you're
How
smelling
long? How long
them.
you said?
17
4
hours.
4 hours.
Oh,
4 hours on a
there-
17-hour flight.
There's a divider and everything.
Yeah. There's a little curtain and shit.
It's
You
like
can pull
the
the curtain and
Japanese
be
cubes.
on your own
You
shit.
ever see like the little pods where they sleep?
I mean,
I would do that. If you're
I
tired
don't
enough and
know.
you want to lay out and go to sleep, you'll fucking sleep there. And
I don't know if I would trust a curtain, but like in between the two,
someone's jerking
just-
off on the other side of the
You
curtain.
know someone's
That's what I'm
jerking
saying.
off on the other side.
Yeah,
That's
there's-
the thing.
There is a high chance,
looking over.
very high chance that is going on.
Yes.
Especially if I'm on that bitch.
If, but if it's the four like sturdy walls, you know what I mean? Like then I would definitely consider
If it was like a door.
Yeah,
like a
or something
physical
because even on a 17-hour flight, 4 hours of good sleep, of laying down in a
Laying
bed,
down, that's huge.
good sleep,
That's
Yeah.
huge.
4 hours, that's great.
Yeah.
Especially for someone like me who can't sleep in those conditions.
Yeah.
On a flight, sitting up straight, like I can't sleep. I'd be lucky to get like 20 minutes on a 6-7 hour flight.
Yeah.
So in those cases, yeah, I would absolutely do that. But it can't just be like, oh, it's curtains on both ends. Like, I don't know who the fuck is on these.
What if they roll over, bro? Like if it's just curtains, you could roll into a curtain. And
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Roll off that bitch.
Well, not only that,
Yeah.
I'm extremely paranoid when it comes to other people. And you know what I mean? Like if someone could just reach over and literally touch me if
touch
they
you?
wanted, yeah, like
But I mean, they could do that anywhere in your seat.
sure, but in these cubicles
They could
where
literally just rub right up on you with their elbows. and
that's
shit.
fine, but there's like you're completely visible with everyone
Yeah.
else. It's like, you know what I mean? But in this thing where
I don't
it's
know. Didn't we
enclosed-
talk about dudes just whipping it out on the plane and fucking jerking off?
Did we?
There was a there was side tangent. There was a I saw a TikTok where a dude got called out because he airdropped a dick pic to everyone on the plane.
What a dick.
Why?
Literally.
I don't know.
Some
don't.
little kid with an iPad just playing fucking Frogger or some shit.
It's just
Like, oh,
dick pic.
gross.
Everyone got a dick pic.
I don't know. The snoring, I think, would bother me.
Was it farting? People be farting in
I'm
their
sure
sleep
people
all
be
the time.
farting. People be
That
snoring.
wouldn't bother me
And it's
because
like, it seems like such
And
close
it's
quarters.
so close, bro. You
Yeah.
fart, it's bacon. Everyone's roasted in that shit, dog.
And I know if the curtain's closed, I'm on my phone. I'm peeking. Ain't nobody coming.
Just a quick rub out real quick. Because you're bored. You got 17 hours,
Word.
right?
It's a 17-hour
Man.
flight. I've been sitting next to a hottie.
Look, I know
Some shit.
Pornhub changed
Yeah.
out their videos
like
for the
that's
day.
what would do it. You could have
that
been
new lineup.
Nah,
you could have
hell
been
no.
sitting next to
I'll be
two
sitting next to-
300-pound men
Word.
and
More
still would
than
have been
likely.
like, yep.
Fuck it.
fuck it.
Like I
still
said,
bored.
I got my phone.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, and the snoring doesn't bother me because I would more than likely have headphones on, noise cancellation, all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
If
That's
it's not
true.
too much money, I'd drop it. I feel like that'd be worth it on a long ass flight like that.
I think so too. 4 hours is a long time. If you can actually get 4 hours of sleep in
Hell
that
yeah.
bitch, that is, and then you wait. If you could schedule it to be like,
Just before you land, like you wake up and you're there and you're just
not
refreshed.
even like
I
just
feel
in
like
the
that would be
middle,
good for
like
me.
even if it's in the middle or a majority of the time in the air,
give yourself
and
time
then
to
you
wake
give
up.
the 4 hours like Like, even if you wake up and you still have like an additional 3 to 4 hours, I think even that would be perfectly fine.
For sure.
Anyway, I do it.
All right. We talked about this in the group chat a little bit. Little story, viral story that's been going around over the past weekend. I think it was more over the weekend. It started popping off about the baby mama versus baby daddy drama over basically copping McDonald's.
Yeah. I was looking into this, and some people are trying to say that because she has on her TikTok and shit, she has like a bunch of skits. They were trying to say that this was all possibly planned. It didn't seem that way to me. It didn't seem that way. And then she came out and issued a video saying like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Just saying like, I don't care. This is right or wrong. I
don't care about her.
I don't care about her either. Did you want me to play the audio?
Yeah. Play the audio.
How much of it did you want me to play?
Play the whole thing and I'll cut it what I want.
I have it in sections. I have it in like little sections. It's cut into 4. We'll play the gist of it pretty much. All right, let's see. Oh no, right here. Yeah, my bad. That was part 2.
And day my baby daddy come here with one meal for my child. But I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing to McDonald's. But what about my other kids? How come you can't feed my other kids McDonald's though? Like that's bogus as hell. Like you're not finna sit here and make my other kids feel left out, and you're only bringing one child something to eat. Look, there he goes. I bet you he only got one thing in there. I bet you he don't even.
You not finner.
You not
I'm finna expose the out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody.
All right, so that was the first part, and then the man pulls up.
No, I don't get my food stamps to the 7.
Lisa, what's that my problem?
But if you're trying to help out though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
But how are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings?
Listen,
them are his siblings though. He's not finna eat in front of all his other siblings, and they're not eating on McDonald's. Why do I gotta put?
Bring him out to the car. I'll let him
No. He's not finna eat that shit at all if you can't bring enough for everybody.
Lisa, so you telling me that I gotta bring? So when I bring my son food, I gotta bring your kids food too now?
Yes.
You sound f***ing dumb.
How is that dumb? You sound dumb. You sound dumb.
Where are they daddies at? Nobody told you to talk to them other. You had them other kids. Them your responsibility. They're not my responsibility.
Okay, but if you're gonna bring one, you need to bring it for all. How do that shit look that I'm letting one child eat McDonald's and all?
All right, so that's pretty much the gist of it.
Yeah.
And at the end, she actually grabs the McDonald's, just give it to me, and then throws it on the fucking floor.
So the kid didn't even get it.
So yeah, the kid didn't even get it.
I didn't even see that part.
Yeah. No, this is so. Initially, for me, like who has a kid outside of my current relationship, from a previous relationship, that shit had me fucking livid, yo. I was fucking pissed. But like, yo, are you fucking kidding me? In a sense, I do understand, like, yo, if things are cordial between the two of us, and you tell me, like, yo, my kids are hungry, right? Like, your son is hungry, whatever, and can you help me out? Because in this situation, they are not together. Mm-hmm. They have a kid, and she even explained that that his kid is her youngest. Mm-hmm. So she has older kids, and her justification is the fact that he was in their lives previously also, right? So, and by that,
so he used to buy them food?
Well, they were in a relationship, so probably, yeah. Like he would help out, whatever.
Yeah. We
don't know how, like, whatever, depending on how long. But if we are cool, right? Mm-hmm. And that's I still fall on the side of that should not be expected. Mm-hmm. If you tell me that my kid is hungry, and I'm bringing my kid McDonald's, you should first of all, in my situation, I generally pick my kid up.
Yeah.
And I take her what we're gonna do, and I say, hey, can I take my kid
Yeah.
for, a couple hours, whatever, not saying what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Right.
But if we're gonna have dinner, that's my
Yeah.
prerogative, right? But if you tell me that my kid is hungry and I'm providing food for my kid because she's my kid, I'm responsible for my kid. Now, if you come at me and you tell me, yo, I'm in a hard spot, I don't all the kids are hungry. I don't get like she said, I don't get my food stamps until this and this day. If I got it, fine. And I would probably do that anyway, where if I'm bringing my child food and I know that she has siblings, I'm bringing something for all of them, but it should still not be expected to the point where she feels like she's exposing him. You know what I mean?
Was bullshit
that's
me.
some shit.
Yeah.
That's some shit. And you know that he is coming. You know he's coming because you're
recording.
You're finna expose him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're recording and you want the drama.
Yeah.
So at no point did you say, yo, if you bring your kid something, could you at least bring some fries, maybe some chicken nuggets, like a 10-piece nugget meal?
Something
would feed the other kids. And, in a large fry, they could be split. Like, could you bring a little bit extra for the other kids?
Yeah.
Explain that shit rather than knowing that you are going to provide for your kid, which is your responsibility.
Where's their dads? Where's the other dads? Were they bringing McDonald's? Like,
absolutely not.
They're obviously not involved.
If she didn't explicitly ask, hey, like you said, we're all hungry, we need food, like my check doesn't come, whatever. If she asked him, I'm 100% going to bring everybody McDonald's. But like, he can't just roll up because what if they ate? Like, he doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. If they're there. Like, what the fuck's going on with them? Like, you can't be expected to just bring McDonald's for everybody. When you got pulled out of school for an appointment and you would get McDonald's or something and go back to school, like, your parents didn't have to buy everybody at the fucking school McDonald's. No, they bought it for you because you're their fucking kid. You're their responsibility. Right. Like, that's wild to me. I wish that were me. I wish I were in that spot.
We live in crazy times where some shit like this, and the internet isn't letting her live. It is a debate, but I think I see a bunch of people on the side of, like, it's not his responsibility.
Everybody should be on that side.
It's
like,
but I guess
a good chunk, 90-10 should be 90-10.
The biggest debate in this situation isn't necessarily that he is obligated to do so. But a bunch of people are saying, like, if I know that there are other kids there, same thing. Like, if let's say I go to my my mom's watching my kids, right, and I'm going to pick them up, or if I'm dropping them off, and I bring them McDonald's, I ask my mom, yo, is my nephew there? Or something like that, because he's not my obligation. However, it does suck.
It's a courteous thing to do.
When your kid is there, they're both eating McDonald's, and then the nephew is left there.
Still your
with nothing.
Family though.
He's still family. I understand that, but still, it is a courteous thing to say, hey, I'm dropping food off for my kid here, or I'm bringing him with this type of food. Are there any other kids there, just so that they don't feel left out? It's a courteous thing. However, again, it is not an obligation.
And she clearly expected it.
She clearly expected
That's
it.
the problem.
And
that's the problem.
Here's the kicker too.
That is
in her response to the internet, because obviously she got bombarded with all this shit.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, her eyelashes look done. On her post, her nails look on point. She was dressed to the nines. She looked good.
Yeah.
She don't look that good.
I'm just saying, like,
yeah, no, I got
her hair was did.
Yeah, no, she looked
her
presentable.
Her lashes were done. They weren't natural lashes, and she had a full set of fucking nails.
Which baby daddy paid for that?
I'm just saying, like,
Zero.
if that's so you want to make this whole fucking thing, but you coming out dressed to the nines.
No, yeah.
Where you getting that money from? Where's that money coming from?
Her check came in.
Yeah, that check came in. She sold them. She sold the food stamps.
Yeah.
It's hard.
That's where that shit pissed me off. Honestly, that shit pissed me the fuck off.
I didn't even peep that, so I didn't even notice that part. Because I definitely would have probably commented on that as well.
Word. Word.
But nah, it's
Is it an obligation?
It's the problem for sure. Like y'all mentioned, I think is consistency, right? Like if you're doing the same thing over and over, and then y'all split up, then you have to establish like, all right, like it's ground rules. I'm not taking care, or not even taking care of, like, but like this is not. Like you said, there's a courteous thing. If I'm giving you a heads up, yo, I'm about to grab some food, and I'm gonna bring food for everybody or whatever. But if it's just him trying to do his daddy thing, and he's just at McDonald's, like, oh, let me, I got an extra 30 minutes.
Right.
Let me grab an extra Happy Meal and slide through and just give them a little bonus.
Yeah.
I don't know that he needs to cover everybody on that. If he's coming through every week and dropping off McDonald's and
you know that the kids are going to be there.
The other kids, you never feeding the other kids. That's a little, it's a little grime. I think it would be better off if he like just said like, yo, I'm going to come through and pick up my kid and then take him to McDonald's.
And that's where that would lie.
Like he's doing like almost a bare minimum and like, oh, I'm trying to do for mine. I'm dropping off.
Yeah, like you're trying to feed the kid, get him home, and like they probably have a time that he has to be home and got to be fed, and like he's thinking he's doing good. Like I'm gonna send him home with food.
My boy Gus brought this shit up. Like, why the fuck has McDonald's not jumped all over this and given the dude like a $1,500 gift card or some shit, or giving her some bread? Like they could have got some. They've been getting such easy ass fucking promotion out of this because we've between the three of us, we've said McDonald's about 25 times.
Yeah,
and they don't give a fuck.
The memes have been going crazy with that shit.
Yeah. 100%.
My favorite one was the dude eating at the table all nonchalant, just like like it's like me eating my food while my siblings watch. It's just like being all bougie with it. Man, those have been good, but in that sense though, yeah. There is a very fine line. I don't think he should be obligated to bring food every fucking week for 4 kids. It's not one extra sibling, or even extra? 2, but that's 3 extra. That's a lot, man. That's and McDonald's, like, inflation is crazy.
Yeah,
I'm not buying my kid food at that point. I'm just sending them back. Like your mom can feed you.
A Happy Meal, bro, used to be like $2-3.
So I guess like $1.99 or something, right? It was like back in the day.
I'm talking about like even within
when you were a kid.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking when I was a kid. That's the last time I got a fucking Happy Meal.
No, even with like my kids, I remember getting Happy Meals, for at least because Violet's 2.5. But even when it was just Xander and Alani, I remember getting them both Happy Meals, and it was like $8, $7 for 2 Happy Meals. Yeah. Now I get 3 and it's like $16. Like, it's crazy. Like it gets crazy. So with these food prices,
that's wild.
Now you're buying someone else's kids Happy Meals too. Add 3 more to that bitch.
I mean, I went through Wendy's the other day and it was $24 for just me and Joyce. Food. I was like, and we just got 2 combos. How the fuck are 2 combos $12?
Yes. Yet they have a $5 meal.
Yeah, it's wild.
Which is trash.
Anyways,
it is trash. It is trash, but still. You better take advantage of that trash ass $5 meal you eating quick.
Hell yeah. All right. One more story and we wrap it up. This one leads us into HOLLYWOO. We kind of touched on this last week, and then like these stories started popping up because he had an interview in preparation for as I guess he was promoting for Jurassic World. Chris Pratt. We mentioned a little bit last week of how the whole fucking internet just randomly hates Chris Pratt. Like. Yeah. Of all the Chris's, they hate him the most. He gets the most.
He does
the most hate. Even though we were just both talking about, or not both, but all 3 of us were talking about his Amazon shows and movies that he's been dropping. But yeah, so he came out and he had an interview with I think it was GQ or one of these fucking magazines, and he was talking about I don't know why everybody thinks, because one of the reasons people give him so much hate because they think he's ultra religious and he's like anti-LGBTQ and he's ultra conservative and shit. And he's like, that's not me at all. He's like, I made one comment on the stage one time, and people took that to suddenly make me the captain of religious Hollywood. And he's like,
what did he even say?
He said something about God is real. God loves you. God wants the best for you. And he was like, I understand why those remarks maybe rub the people the wrong way. And his quote was, maybe it was hubris for me to stand up on the stage and say the things that I said. I'm not sure I touched anybody. It was Men's Health magazine, by the way.
Okay.
And he says, religion has been oppressive as fuck for a long time. I don't know that I would become the face of religion when I'm not even really a religious person.
But honestly, like before that story, like I did think of him in that way.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Like,
I almost interrupted you and said people hate him because he's religious and he's a conservative, like, you know, and he's been outspoken.
And that's not Hollywood. Like that's the majority of Hollywood is not a conservative religious bunch.
Right. But also I was going to mention that his movie roles don't really reflect that. Like he does, you know what I mean? Like it's,
I always found that weird too. I'm like, he's not like extra conservative on his gigs. It's
not, and neither is the Scientologists don't make Scientology movies all the time. Like that's
but
not,
Scientologists is not the same as ultra Christian conservative folks.
It's worse. Correct.
No, they're way different.
Dude. I don't know, dude.
Scientology doesn't believe in those in the religious. Scientology is bad.
It sounds like you're saying Scientology.
No, Scientology is bad. Yep. But their thought, the way that their religion is practiced, has different connotations.
It's a different bad
on how they interact with the public. You know what I mean? And so, like Christian folks, especially like evangelicals and the people he's been accused of being involved with, you know, they're all ultra, you know, anti-abortion, anti-LGBTQ rights. Many of them have been involved in, you know, historically in racist movements or ultra conservative movements that have oppressed other groups, and minorities. And on top of that, they have mad rules. Most of them don't drink, smoke, party. Everything is about being, you know, insular within themselves. No sex before marriage. Anyone who does that is going to hell. Just like a very pointy group of folks, right? Where Scientology is not on that wave.
Scientology is definitely more chill. You're right.
Way more chill on that level. So I wouldn't put them in the same bucket. But I would agree that a lot of his like roles haven't seemed like he's an ultra conservative dude. So I was always like, oh, that was kind of, you know, it's interesting that he's so religious and he still takes these roles.
Yeah.
Apparently he's not.
Apparently he's not.
That's so
Especially
weird.
like the jokey ones and the shit that he was doing like on Parks and Rec and shit.
I was gonna say like that
doesn't
Andy
seem like a
Dwyer
religious
was not
dude.
very religious. No.
Yeah, and I remember because I was trying to think of something recently where people were like really bashing him, and I was just reminded.
It was about his kid, right?
Yeah, I'm paraphrasing the quote, but he pretty much just had a healthy child, or you know, the child was just born, and he just came out and said, "I'm so, you know, happy that my wife gave birth to a happy, healthy child." And the fact that he said healthy child,
like, what about people with unhealthy child?
No, it wasn't even that. It wasn't even that. It was
they said he was slamming his ex-wife.
Oh, who had like she couldn't
his
have
other child. No, his other child came out with disabilities.
That's right.
And so because he said he's happy that his wife had a healthy child, they're slamming him, saying, "Oh, so are you saying that because your other child isn't healthy, because your child has a disability, there's something wrong with that?" Like, I didn't fucking say any of that. Like, I'm literally just happy that my child, that my new child is healthy.
Yeah,
it's like you have to run every statement through PR, and even when you do, it still backfires.
It does.
PR
so
would have
wild.
cleared that. They would have
It's
been like,
crazy,
yeah,
though.
that's fine, Chris.
Yeah,
Go
that's
ahead.
very
We're
clear.
very happy for you. Congratulations. And
Happy,
then
healthy child. That's
shit
good. You
hits
should
the
be
fan,
happier.
bro. Crazy.
Yeah, that's
Crazy.
wild.
I do remember us talking about that, and we were like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yo, yeah. Common sense is not common anymore. The world is getting
Is he
very
married
fucking,
to a Schwarzenegger?
He is.
is, yeah.
Catherine Schwarzenegger? Was that the
could be.
Karen? Something
No,
like
Catherine
that?
sounds more right.
Yeah. That's got to be dope. Just like you going over there and there's
Hollywood
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
royalty?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Like that's super chill. Like you know that Thanksgiving and Christmas are going to be tight because the Terminator's going to be there basically, right? Like,
Yeah.
am I the only one that gets stoked about that?
Hello,
That's
Chris.
pretty dope.
That
That's
is pretty
true.
dope, bro.
And her mom is like a Kennedy.
Yeah, Shriver,
that's
right?
true,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Chris. I bought you a Hummer for Christmas. There you go.
Well, you don't have to talk like the T800 anymore, Mr. Schwarzenegger.
This is the way I talk.
You're like, oh, okay. well,
Go
this
fuck
is cool.
yourself. You're not religious.
I would make her just keep quoting like Terminator 2 lines over and over again.
Can you say it one more time?
Get to the chopper.
I'll be back.
Just one more time.
Imagine you don't ask for that and you meet Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And he just
that's
keeps
all
quoting
he
them.
does.
That's all he does. You're just getting sick of it. You're like, all right,
You're
we
like,
get
dude,
it, bro.
I
You're
get
the
it.
Terminator.
Yeah.
You're fucking Schwarzenegger. I get it.
Yeah. Every time. He's like, yeah, you'll be back. I know.
Hey, walk. I'll be back.
He's like going to get you a beer and he hits you with it. You're like, all right, dude. Yeah, I know. You said that 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be back. Let me guess. You'll be
What
back.
the fuck?
No one's gonna
guy
call him
with
out.
his
You would
fucking
oblige
Terminator
him. We would
lines.
all oblige him. We'd be like, oh, we'd laugh every fucking time.
And you got to pull out all the like obscure reference movie quotes from like twins and
Yeah,
shit.
oh yeah.
Yeah. I know it's not a tumor.
Oh, bro, the kindergarten cop references would be off the chain. Fuck.
Actually, you wouldn't get tired of
I
it.
would. I would IMDb him before I went over every time, and I'd pick a new movie
New
to go
movie,
in
yeah.
on, bro. Eraser. I'm like, oh, Eraser? You remember Eraser? That's a tight movie. I don't know if you guys remember
I do
Eraser.
remember that.
was a good one, yeah.
Vanessa
I liked it.
Williams.
Vanessa Williams, yeah. James Caan.
Yeah.
James Caan was a good
Oh,
time.
James Caan.
The alligators in the Bronx Zoo. Oh, that's scary. Anyway, we're going into Hollywood. That
man.
was our lead into Hollywood.
It was.
All right.
There we
It
go.
was. Hollywood. Hollywood. All right, so latest news in Hollywood. I don't know if you've noticed, but if you've been a listener of the show for at least the past few months, we've had a discussion on the fact that we were completely shocked that Cameron Diaz actually retired from acting. Well,
Yeah,
guess what?
I do remember that
She is
comment.
coming back. She retired in 2018. Let me see. Yeah, 2018 she retired. But she is coming back. She signed on for a movie role that is co-starring Jamie Foxx, and she was
It's a
nervous.
Netflix movie?
I believe so.
I think I
believe so.
did. We did read that, yeah.
Yes, Netflix action comedy called Back in Action. And
Sounds like she ran out of money.
Diaz and Fox. I think she's married to someone with money.
Mm.
I want to say. I can't recall right now, but
Okay.
I think she is married to someone with money. And she's made a shit ton of money herself. So
Agreed.
I
Oh,
can't.
she's got
I don't
money
think
for
she's
sure.
broke. I think it's more so like it's been what
She's bored.
4 years.
Yeah.
What you did on like that has to be a huge life change.
And even before then, like that 2018 project, whatever it was, I can't remember, but it had probably, I think, been like a good 4 to 6 years before that she had done one.
Wait, was that the Night and Day with Tom Cruise? Was that one of the last movies she made? Remember, there was like a
I
spy
think
movie
so.
with...
That's not the 2018 project.
No, okay.
but
No,
yeah,
no,
I
that
think
was before
that.
2018, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking up her.
No, the
IMDb.
2018 project, I want to say might have been a voiceover thing or something like that.
So the last thing she did was, it was a video short in 2020. She did something for Annie in 20. Matter of fact,
Oh, yeah, she was in Annie.
Annie
That was
20.
the last one.
That's 2014.
2014.
Yeah, so she must have retired back then.
Yeah, that's the last thing she did.
But as far as a teacher, as far as an actress, yes. She got back in a little bit in a video short called Boss Bitch Fight Challenge. I think honestly at that point, I think her career was starting to go downhill.
Yeah.
She had done like Shreks. Those were her biggest movies, I think.
Money makers.
Yeah, her biggest money makers. And yeah, she had Day and Night back in 2010.
2010. God damn, I'm old.
Yeah, and Annie was.
You thought that was 2014.
And Annie was the last movie which she did with Fox. So she did a couple movies with Fox, which the one prior to that was Any Given Sunday. But she's
Damn, I forgot she was in that.
She was the daughter of the owner, right?
Yeah. But she was out for so long that she was nervous to tell people. Like she didn't even know how to like say, "Hey, I'm coming out of retirement to come into something," which it could possibly.
When did she do that movie with Sex Tape?
Sex Tape was 2014. So
2014.
Same. So that's funny. Her name was Annie in Sex Tape, and then
she was
in Annie. Yeah.
The movie.
Yeah. Which she did. Yeah.
Not a porn.
But either way, I mean, she's not. I'd be happy to see her come in something like this. Like I'm not mad at it. Yeah, I like Cameron.
I've never
Diaz.
not liked her.
Right. Right. I think it'd be good to see her. Hopefully, it rekindles her career, and she comes right back up to where she's making millions and millions of dollars per
as long
movie,
as it's
man.
not like Charlie's Angels 4 or whatever.
No,
Right.
no.
Don't give me that.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people are finding opportunities in these streaming movies, shows, like all of that shit. And she probably jumped into this with Jamie Foxx because she was still.
Has she done anything with him before? I feel like they've worked together.
That's
before.
what we just discussed.
Sunday.
That
Any Given Sunday, Johnny.
and Annie.
Literally just.
Oh.
It reunited.
Oh wait,
them both.
he was.
Yeah.
He was steaming Willie Beeman.
Yeah, I forgot that he was in both of those.
Yeah, because he and LL Cool J got into a real fist fight.
Yeah,
on
I
set.
remember that story. That was a good story.
It was a good story. He threw it in his stand-up. It was great.
Yeah.
But she obviously has a lot of friends in Hollywood. I think it's the best time to come back because she doesn't actually have to do movies anymore. She could do a series and capitalize off that shit.
Do anything.
So she doesn't even have to do these blockbuster big ass movies, man. She gets herself a nice little gig on a good show. That's all she really has to do.
But maybe she doesn't want to work that much.
Yeah.
To film a show, how long does that shit take?
That's a bigger.
Could be 6 months, a year. It depends how long they.
You sign up for a show. You could be committing yourself for the next 5 years.
That's true.
That's very true. That's very true. But you're talking about Cameron Diaz, who was releasing multiple movies at a time within the same year,
which is probably why she retired.
And that was
too much work.
Well, and that's my point. So if you get a leading role on a TV show, yes, it takes more time, like within a specific period. But let's say it's 4 months of filming.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do for that year, and then. For the next season, another 4 months.
Yeah,
that's way more manageable than doing multiple movies.
It's got to be a nice life, honestly. Record like a TV series that you're part of, where you record for like 6 months, and then you have like 4 off, and then you prep for 2 months and jump back into it. And you know you got a steady check, and oh man, I
could see her doing that. That's kind of the Nicole Kidman route.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she's been
a lot of actresses
a lot of
have been
series.
It's easy money, seems like smart.
Word.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to see her come back. I hope it is a good movie, and I hope that does bring her back to something like that. I wouldn't mind seeing her in a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
hold on, real quick. Mm-hmm. Diaz, is she Hispanic? Cameron Diaz, like she doesn't look.
She's
Hispanic.
She's blended. I think she has.
I think she's her father or something like that.
Really?
Somewhere in her past.
Because like if you just saw her, she just looks like a white girl, right? Like she doesn't. Nothing would say, "Oh, that's a Latina right there." Like she doesn't have dark hair. There's nothing. Like, is that even a real name? Is that just a fake? I'm sorry to
No, she is.
derail
she's
us.
married
No,
to
no, no,
Benji
you're
Mad,
fine.
and that's
She
who
is
she's
married to
married to.
Benji Madden. Yeah, from
I
Good
thought
Charlotte.
it was.
Let's see. She is.
Her dad is Emilio Diaz.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a
okay,
Billy,
he's
and
okay.
her
Enough.
father's family is
that
Cuban.
satisfies it for me. Emilio Diaz. I'm done.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. I
Shout out
know.
to
Oh, yeah.
Amelia.
Her father's Cuban.
Her father's Cuban.
Yep.
That's it.
Good for her.
All right. So
That's not even as like removed as my homie. My boy's last name is Garcia, but he's like the least Latino dude ever.
yeah,
That happens.
And
That's one of the
and
few
it's
races
like his
where you could
grandfather
we're gonna find
is
that a lot
Cuban,
be.
but he's carried the Garcia name all the way down.
more. We're gonna find that a lot
Garsha.
more.
Absolutely,
So like
yeah.
with my kids, they're gonna obviously Figueroa. If let's say
And you
if
got a
Xander,
boy.
if
Xander's gonna pass it down.
yeah, if Xander but even like not just the last name, if either one of them gets with another American, like white American girl or guy,
It will be.
that
Or
would
African-American.
or African American, but I think African American would even then it would give more of a connotation that obviously they're mixed. But if what I'm
Oh,
saying,
you're saying from like a pigmentation standpoint?
yeah, like
Like just the look?
yeah, just the look of it,
Yeah.
and they don't
One
speak
more
Spanish
white girl,
at this point.
and
Yeah.
that brown blood is gone, dog.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
they would not look like they're Hispanic at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they marry a black guy or a black girl, there would be a little
Yeah,
bit more pigmentation.
for
So it would still be more believable than being.
No, from the look standpoint, yeah.
Yeah,
is that
Any
what
of
you're
them get
pulling
with
for? You hoping for one or the other?
No, really, no, not. I don't give a shit about that. Honestly,
Keep the brown
I'm
in the family.
trying-
Come on, we can do it.
I'm trying to at least.
You already whitened it
Figure
up.
out a
They
way-
gotta darken it back up.
I'm trying to figure out a way to make sure my kids know Spanish.
They could be any color and still know Spanish. That doesn't have anything to do with their skin
Yeah.
color, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because the people can think they are whatever they want, but if they come out and they speak fluent Spanish,
Bust out that Spanish.
yeah.
You're
then
Spanish at
people
that
just
point.
be like, "Oh yeah, you know." Like, how the fuck
It's
am I
your
going to
fault.
talk to all of y'all when no
Right,
one?
right.
No, I'm the only person in this fucking house. That
They don't
speaks
listen to
Spanish,
you in
and I'm
English.
supposed to say, that's true though. Absolutely fucking true. All right, let's move on, man. It's Hollywood. All right, so apparently the Deadpool writers came out and they said that that they want. I'm trying to find the exact quote here, but I'll paraphrase. But pretty much, the Deadpool writers came out and said that they were looking for someone mainstream at first to see who could be Wolverine in the MCU, and now they are thinking they just want a brand new
nobody?
a nobody to be Wolverine in the MCU.
I want a somebody.
Why are the Deadpool writers responsible for this?
I don't know I don't think that they are responsible for it, but
Or
I
is
think
it
they were
just
giving
their desire.
Yeah, it's their desire. I think they were saying that it was their desire.
I'm good either way.
But
Honestly, like,
and then that brings the question, like who would so
but if it's a nobody, then it's a nobody.
if it's a nobody, sure,
happy with
sure,
that.
I'm happy with that. But as far as if it's
As long as
somebody,
they're a good actor.
I don't know if you want to be a part of this before you look like you're about to take a piss break.
Oh, yes.
But one of the biggest rumors right now, and I don't have it, so I'm gonna have to paraphrase this. But one of the biggest rumors right now in the as far as MCU casting for this, because it was an article for that where he was interviewed, is Taron Egerton, and he said
Wolverine.
He said that he was in talks with Marvel.
Taron
And
Egerton confirms meeting with Marvel, hints at Wolverine casting.
right, he hints at it, but then I read it, and it's an 8-page article, and it wasn't until the very
And
end
there's
that
a
he talks
little
about
sentence.
it, and he says that he pretty much just says that he would like to play that character, which who the fuck does not?
Of course.
But he also stressed his concerns about playing the character because he's like, Jackman was the fucking man as this character, so it's like, I would love to play this character. However, there is some hesitation on playing this character because Jackman was perfect Wolverine.
He's a pussy compared to Jackman, right? Like,
yeah, but I agree. He would have to bulk up. I don't hate the idea of it.
I can't see it. He's just so proper and British, and like I would need to see costume and make.
I'm
like,
waiting
chops,
before I think about that. I'm waiting for Blackbird. I want to see, because he did bulk up for this for Blackbird.
Yeah.
That's right.
And he was explaining that he fell in love with working out because it was almost like a release when it came to Blackbird, and like, you know, getting into that physicality of it, because the person that it's based on is based on a true true story, and that person was, you know, fit person and all of that shit. So he did bulk up a little bit, obviously not enough to play Wolverine.
Sure.
But I keep going back to it because people hate the idea. However, I saw a majority of, because I fell asleep, The Lost City with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
I saw a majority of that. Do you know who the bad guy is in that?
I did watch
Daniel
that.
Radcliffe.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yep.
I still don't hate the idea of a Daniel Radcliffe being in that role if he bulked up and got fucking huge. I'm just saying, I don't hate the idea of the look.
Yeah.
However, the voice and all of that, he would have to work on that shit. But the look is there. Short dude. If he gained mad fucking muscle,
Just mass.
I don't hate it. Yeah, he had the look down is mainly what I was thinking,
Yeah.
and he played a bad guy. So
He was kinda mean.
I saw it a little bit more.
That was a good movie.
Yeah,
I like that. I thought
like
it
I
was
said,
good.
I want to finish it, but I
Brad
saw a
Pitt.
majority
Brad
of
Pitt
it.
was really funny. He was,
That was
so good. in
That was
movie,
really good.
dude.
I love that Brad Pitt does not shy away from just like a small little cameo.
Not at all. He loves it. In fact, that's probably his shit. He probably makes a fuck ton of money for an hour or two of work, and then he's out, bro. Like,
maybe a full day.
a day. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
a day,
it's a
maybe
full day.
a couple days, but like it's not a lot of work, and he's always killing it. Think about Deadpool. Who was that? Deadpool 2? Where he
Character
was
was
the
hilarious.
electric
He
dude?
was.
Yeah, he was. Remember, he just literally, you saw him
just
for 2
literally him
seconds fucking getting electrocuted. And
Probably
you're like,
got
yo,
paid
those
millions for that.
millions, bro. Millions. And he was so good. That was such an awesome thing to see him do just that little bit part like that. I love that.
Yeah.
He's
So
just a good dude.
I don't know, Taryn. I would honestly would love to see a nobody play Wolverine.
Just start fresh, clean
Start
slate.
fresh. MCU is good for that.
They are. They know how to.
Yeah, they know how to bring nobodies and make them somebodies. Chris Hemsworth was absolutely a nobody.
I
Didn't
can't
even
think
know
of
who the
anything.
fuck-
No,
nothing,
before
nothing.
Thor, no idea.
Before Thor? Oh, that was your idea too.
I'll just put it here so it's off camera.
Not causing a ruckus. Nah, Chris Hemsworth. There's a long list of people that were completely nobodies.
I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch did a couple things. He was Sherlock, and he had a couple movies that he did. But like
Right.
before Doctor Strange, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. his big comeback after his drug stint and rehab and all that bullshit that he went through in the early 2000s. He came back and killed it. They brought him. They resurrected him.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, they
do well with new
do.
people.
Their casting department is top notch at Marvel
Yeah, so
for sure.
whoever they choose, I think they're gonna be. It's gonna be the right choice.
Mm-hmm.
But Wolverine is a tough one because Jackman
Just
literally
killed it, yeah.
is. It has been the only Wolverine.
It's like recasting a Wonka. Like it's even though Johnny Depp tried to do it, like we still think of what's his face.
Yeah, you're
as
not wrong. And I
Wonka,
wasn't a
dude.
fan of Willy Wonka growing up, but I still see Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Even we're gonna see Timothy
makes
Chalamet
sense.
do it.
Yeah,
and
we will
it's-
see.
I'm still
But
gonna be
see,
thinking
but-
about Gene Wilder,
But
dude.
even
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet is
'Cause he
going
looks
to
like
play
Jim
a
Wilder.
younger Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
we'll
you
still
know?
be comparing them.
It's Johnny Depp that takes these roles, and he's just like, well, how can I make it weird?
How can I make it
Not
quirky?
Johnny. It's
Tim Burton.
Yeah, I was gonna say Burton.
No,
a
I
cool,
think
weird
Johnny's in there too.
It's
Well, yeah,
both of them. You
they-
get them
both
together, and
together.
it's not good.
speaking of casting news, one that was a big shock for a lot of people recently. Apparently, Howard Stern was on a hot mic recently.
Oh, I saw this headline.
Yeah, so he was on a hot mic recently, and he blurted out the fact that he would. Actually, I'll read the quote to you. I told you, I'm going to be Dr. Doom. That's the thing. But believe me, I'm fucking miserable about it. I called Robert Downey Jr. and I was asking him acting techniques. So on a hot mic, he's expressing that he has been hired as Dr. Doom.
And nobody has any reason to lie on a hot mic, right? Like, so
It depends. Who was he talking to?
was
Where
this
were
on
they
his
at?
show? Like
Where's this
Yeah,
hot
during
mic
his
from?
radio show.
hot mic on his radio show when like his
Yeah.
mic should be on all the time. Now it sounded more sus.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. Do I
need
want to see
more
fucking
context.
Howard Stern in the MCU? Do I give a fuck about Howard Stern? But then we just said the
But it's
MCU.
not-
They
pick
they know how to
the
cast.
most random people.
Yeah,
I just don't think
I can't see him as Dr. Doom
I can't see him as Dr. Doom either.
unless it was.
I think he's probably
no,
trying to troll
you know
people.
What? But it could be in some sort of weird dream dance like sequence or something like that. But it doesn't mean the Doctor Doom that we think of, right? And it ends up being like some sort of.
All I think of is like this menacing look, like that scare, like that creepy ass mask that Doctor Doom is known for, and then he takes it off and he goes NBC,
Yeah.
because that's the only other fucking movie that he's
got
done.
the ass cheeks out
Yeah.
from Fart Man.
He's only ever played
Yeah, I
himself.
can't do that.
Literally, he played
I don't
himself
want to see
in the
him.
Howard
This shit.
Stern.
Even as a joke, I don't want to see him in this
I don't want to
shit.
see that either. I don't think that that's the case. I think he's probably trolling people. He knew that he's just like, yeah, go ahead. And you're like, I'm like, I said it, release that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, because it's his fucking show. Who is going to release
Yeah.
that?
Right.
You know, so whatever.
Yeah.
And he's been on, like he said, oh yeah, there's just a hot mic on his own show.
Right.
If he was doing an interview on another show and then said it and then they released it, then I'd be like, ooh, okay.
And again, I want to know what they were talking about before and after that was said. I need to hear the fullness of this.
I don't know.
And I don't believe it enough to.
I do
go
like the
that
rumor
far
since
into
we're
it.
since we're going into rumors. I do like the rumor of Cillian Murphy playing Dr. Doom. I think he would be a dope.
I think that would be dope.
Dr.
He could play anything.
He can
Cillian
play
Murphy
anything.
is so good.
But specifically villains, he plays great villains.
Yeah.
And I think that Dr. Doom would be he can do that proper the properness that it takes to be what is it, Ivan? What's his first name? Dr. Doom's?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
The shirt says casual nerd.
Sure.
Casual.
Very casual.
Yeah, very casual. We don't know all the knitting, the ins and outs of all this shit.
Let's just go with Ivan for the sake of the story.
But either way, I think he can play
Victor. Victor Von Doom?
Victor Von Doom. There you go.
There you go.
We're terrible.
Fuck. Now I want to look
It
it up.
was
Victor.
some
It's
some
Victor.
type of Eastern European Russian
Victor
type
Von
name.
Doom. Da.
It is Victor Von Doom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Victor Von Doom. But him playing like the person playing the villain, I can see that happening. I think that would be dope. I would love to see Cillian Murphy in any fucking thing. Give us that. Give us
Bring
that
him
movie.
in. I need him in the MCU.
Give him
He's
that
one
fucking
of my
movie,
faves.
yo.
Yeah.
Give him that
Peaky
fucking
movie.
peaky
Peaky
movie,
movie,
Because
and
now
then MCU.
that I finished it, I want to see
More.
more, and it is done. That is the last of the series.
Yeah.
We won't get into that
Done,
because
done.
Johnny has not seen it. So, all right. So apparently, Taika Waititi has come out and said that the reason why Gorr the God Butcher, played by Christian Bale, does not look anything like his comic book character is because he felt like if he would have made him look like his character in the comics, he would have automatically been compared to Voldemort in
I did hear that.
in the
Again,
Harry Potter series.
Casual nerd, so I didn't know what he looked like in the comics, and then I
Same.
saw like an image side by side of Voldemort and Gorr the God Butcher in the comics, and I was like, well, yeah,
They're bald.
keep him the way you got him.
Nah, it wasn't.
I really
white
don't
dudes.
He looked like more of an alien though. He had like Twilight kind of things coming down. The no nose.
The
is
no
pretty
nose
much
is what it is. Yeah,
is really what it is. I think it's also a mixture of that, and Christian Bale probably does not want to put on a shit ton of fucking makeup for any role. But not.
I mean, that's a shit ton of makeup he's wearing.
I mean, he is wearing a lot of makeup, but it's not a lot of prosthetics. But then again, he played fucking Dick Cheney, right?
He wore a lot of
Wore a
prosthetics. Yeah.
fucking fat suit and
He crushed that role
all
too.
that shit. So I don't know. People just love to hate him too when it comes to Christian Bale as a person.
Because of that one time they caught him yelling on the mic.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was a real hot mic.
We've forgiven him for that. He wasn't canceled for that. Not even close.
No, I
Because it
didn't
was so
cancel
long
him.
ago.
I didn't cancel him
Before
for that.
people got canceled, so he
Yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
get canceled.
I didn't think anything of it because I just assumed like, oh, you're an amazing actor. Oh, you're really good
You're
at what you
intense,
do,
bro. You're
you
intense.
have to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Like you have to be I personally subscribe to the fact that you have to be an asshole in order to be successful in like to the point where you are owning businesses. You are your own brand. You have to be an asshole to a specific degree.
Mm-hmm.
And actors are their own brand.
Mm-hmm.
And they take that shit seriously. Most of them, or some of them do. I
good
wouldn't
ones.
even say most of them. The good ones do. Yeah. How many times have fucking Tom Cruise came out as a fucking asshole?
For real.
And nobody bats an eye.
They're like, oh.
They're
why
just
he's
like,
Tom Cruise.
yeah, we know.
Yeah.
It's Tom.
Yeah, it's Tom. Yeah, there are a lot of times we know that are just complete assholes. Let's see. I don't have much more, but Dune Part 2 release date has shifted. And also Godzilla vs. Kong 2 is out in 2024.
Ooh, not on my radar.
Just a couple things.
Whoa.
You're not fucking with it?
No, I mean, not in 2024. Not
Oh,
till
no,
2023 at least. I'm not even worried about it, dog.
Yeah, so it seems like, let me see. I know that Dune is the bigger of the two. And trying to find out where it was moved to. Let's see. From Dune in November to Godzilla in March, it seems that like late 2023, early 2024 is going to be very genre heavy in Warner Brothers. So, looks like everything was pushed back to late 20. Oh, no. Here we go. Godzilla versus Kong. It'll be out in March 15, 2024. And then, fuck, where the fuck is this shit? I hate doing this. Dune Part 2 will be out in October 20th, 2023. So we're getting Dune next year. That tracks though.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. I'll just watch it when it comes out. It's not something I'm
Yeah, you'll probably wait for video.
100%. 1,000%.
The last one,
I don't know.
I enjoyed it, but I think that all of the shit that made it dull to some people would be bypass. We've already gotten past that, so now the next one is going to
meaty
be
shit.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the meaty shit. So
I
I'm
think
down to
that's how
watch
it's
it.
supposed to
I
go,
hope so.
yeah.
I'm down to watch that. Like I really want to see Dune. I want to see that shit continued. I didn't hate the first one. The first one was pretty good.
Okay.
Especially I don't know if that is mainly because of the fact that we were deprived of movies by the time this shit came out.
I saw it twice within 2 weeks, I think, but only because that was one of the movies that came out in the theater the same day it came out on HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw it in the theater like when I was traveling,
Sure.
and I fell asleep through 30%
It's
of
a
it.
long movie.
Yeah.
It's a long movie.
and it's slow.
Yeah.
And so I watched it again on HBO Max. And the other reason I felt comfortable falling asleep is because I knew that it was coming out on HBO Max. I was like,
Sure.
if I fall asleep, no big deal.
It is what it is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll watch it whenever the fuck. I'll make a judgment call on the trailer
Yeah.
to see how see when I will watch it.
Right, right.
Because if the trailer looks fire and it looks like it's some action packed shit, I might make the judgment call of I fuck with this, so I'm gonna make that move.
I mean, I'm probably gonna watch it. I've got the AMC Pass thing.
Sure.
I'm not gonna do Thursday at 4:00 like with Thor. You know what I mean? I'm not that excited for it.
No, that's strictly,
even if the trailer's hype, I'm not that excited. But I'll probably watch it in theater at some point in its release. Then again, who knows? Because I'm gonna have a baby by then.
That's true. Yeah,
life don't change. I ain't going to no more movies.
I highly doubt that that's the case, but Joyce would definitely put a kibosh on that if that starts to be
right.
If that starts to be a problem,
right?
Like, now I'm stressing out right now.
Yeah.
Then I can see that changing
for sure.
But if she's cool with it, then I can see, go enjoy your movie.
Yeah,
life goes on. Last thing. Before we dip is WandaVision. WandaVision spinoff Agatha Harkness gets an official filming start date.
Oh, dope.
So apparently that will start in January 2023.
Oh.
Now that I have seen Multiverse of Madness, because I was wondering where the fuck is that going to go? Like what is the purpose of the series? I'm thinking that. And it's out on Disney Plus, like spoiler alert, whatever. But the destruction of the Darkhold.
Oh yeah.
Probably releases her from Wanda's prison. And then that's where we pick up.
That would be interesting. I'm cool with it. I'm surprised they're not starting the film until next January. Like shit. I thought they would have started filming this fall.
We have so much shit to get through.
I know.
Before we care about.
If they're not filming till January, then they're not releasing to the summer. I thought it was going to be a spring release, and summer's early. It might not release till fucking next fall.
Right.
So I mean, I'm sure they'll fill up my time with other stuff. I just don't like. It's already been a while since WandaVision. I mean, that was how long ago?
WandaVision?
Yeah.
That was early 2021,
right? Or 2020? No, not 2020.
Oh,
2021.
Yeah.
That was last year.
Because we went all of 2020 with nothing new.
Following of it
Yeah.
is going to be, a year and a half later, 2 years later. As long as it continues to fill in the storyline of what's happening now, not what happened then.
Sure.
I don't like going backwards.
Yeah, but, 2021. And I think that really is because I
liked her as the character. So
I liked her as the character. I thought that was good, and continuing the whole witch thing.
Yeah.
Is going to be cool. It's another reason if Wanda is not dead to bring her around, which I don't think she is. But it makes sense if she destroyed the Darkhold. She used the Darkhold to place her in that prison or whatever.
Right.
And high chance that is what released her from that prison. So now it's, her antics after that.
Interesting.
But we'll see what.
It could be cool.
It could be cool. It could be a total spin on,
Especially because, the whole time we thought it was Agatha all along. But it really wasn't Agatha all along.
Yeah.
She just was Agatha all along.
Yeah.
But she didn't really do anything.
No.
So we really don't know what her powers are. Like, we've never seen her do...
she was powerful.
Yeah, but we haven't seen her do too much other than that battle.
Up to this point, her purpose was to bring Wanda up to speed on what could give her potentially much more powers than she currently has.
She was straight up just a stepping point to Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, to Scarlet Witch.
Then, to Scarlet Witch in her role in Multiverse of Madness. And then the fans liked her, so they're like, "Oh, I guess we should do a show about her."
It was probably in the...
But I don't think it was. I don't think it was... Yeah, I think it was... she was popular, and
I
so
forget, we give them way more credit than than they deserve.
I think when they announced it, they said something along the lines of like, we
heard you loud and clear.
We heard you. We see that she's popular, and we want to give you some more Agatha.
Sure.
So yeah,
cool. Do you have something you're fucking with this week to end off the show?
I mean, the thing that I'm fucking with is I think the same thing you fucking with. I'm fucking with the old man.
Yeah, definitely. That is the one that I'm fucking with currently.
Yeah.
Great show so far. FX show. FX is really showing.
Was it FX on Hulu?
It is FX on Hulu. So it's a show that normally airs on FX, and then the very next day it's available on Hulu. It is. I should bring it the fuck up. It's starring Jeff Bridges and John Lithgow.
Yeah.
So Jeff Bridges, I fuck with him. For those of you who are casual nerds and don't know who Jeff Bridges is, he is actually the dude in The Big Lebowski, and he was the villain in the original Iron Man movie.
He always does that shit.
He does. But I love it so far.
Where is this girl from?
One episode
Aaliyah
in, and
Shawkat,
I'm in.
I saw her.
Who?
Aaliyah Shawkat. Where is she from? The girl with the freckles. Oh, she's the girl from Arrested Development.
I've never seen Arrested Development.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And she's in Search Party. That's another show that I saw. Interesting. Oh, cool. Anyways, I like her. She's in it as well. The old man. She plays another CIA or FBI agent or whatever. I don't know what department he's in. If he's CIA or FBI, I think he's FBI. John Lithgow. I'm
not completely caught up.
I've only seen 2 episodes so far. And
I'm only
so
one, and so far I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it's
like
good.
This shit is so good.
I'm trying to see because I did see 100%. I mentioned it earlier in the show. I saw that John Watts had directed episode 2, and now I'm looking it up. Yeah, he did 2 episodes. Might have been the first 2 episodes.
Sure. Okay.
And then Jet Wilkinson, Greg Ioannidis, and Zetna Fuentes are the other directors. But great.
John Watts directed what? Spider-Man?
Yeah.
The latest one, right? Or all 3?
All 3. He did the whole series. Yeah.
Okay, so he did the latest, all 3 Spider-Man movies for the MCU.
Homecoming, No Way Home, and Far From Home.
Far From Home. Okay. Yeah.
And
so
other than that, I don't think he's known for anything. Yeah, he did like movie videos. Music videos.
But obviously he's now a hot commodity because he is also doing Deadpool, right?
No, he was scheduled to do Fantastic Four. But they pulled him away.
Gotcha.
For another project.
Because he said he wanted to get away from.
I think we reported
those movies.
Yeah, and we reported it's like a Star Wars trilogy he's working on or some shit.
Yep. He wanted to get away from superheroes.
Yeah.
But now he's doing Star Wars.
Yeah.
Man, but it's all Disney, so
yeah, it's all.
He's just taking that.
Even the old
steady check.
It's technically Disney if it's under FX, right?
How so?
Disney owns Fox. Yeah. Disney owned Fox and Hulu.
I didn't know Fox was FX.
Yeah. FX is the Fox ultra edgy brand.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. But they're slowly becoming HBO quality.
Yeah.
TV
They've been
shows.
doing a lot of dope shit.
Snowfall. Yeah.
But they've been doing shit for a while. Like, they had all the Fargo shit back then.
That's true.
They've had some good shit for a while.
They've had some good shit. All right, cool. Then I guess we both fucking with the same shit.
With it.
All right. So do you have anything else to add to this stellar conversation, Dave? At all?
Dave,
no? Okay.
Anything? No? Nothing from Dave.
Nothing at all? Okay. All right.
I like being here. I'm going to miss y'all next week.
Hell yeah. You need to come down more.
But it'll be dope.
You need to come up more.
Word.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
If you are here and you're listening to this, that means you are a true fan and you made it all the way to the end. So you fuck with us and we fuck with you. Remember, if you fuck with us that heavy, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts if that is your preferred podcast app. Give a 5-star review if you're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever they let you rate the show, because that helps us tremendously. If you are watching us on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, hit that little, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you're not feeling the show like that. But you made it this way, so hopefully it's a thumbs up. And if you fuck with us on all of it, please let your friends and family know that they should also fuck with us, because we are the shit. All right. And if you want to rep us on the street, cop some fucking merch. Go to insensitivemerch.com and stay drippy with Drippy. All right. Cop some merch. There's a bunch of t-shirts, some hoodies, some hats. We appreciate you. We love you guys. Peace. Peace.